we're good.
Be like, bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys, episode 358. We're electrostatic as always to have you on the bus. Do us a favor if you're listening in the car, if you're watching on your computer, whatever you're doing right now, please stop for just a moment, hit subscribe, maybe make a comment. It doesn't hurt you at all, man. It's literally just a pay it forward type of deal. It helps us out a whole lot. We cannot appreciate you more for doing that. As always, Bussin' with the Boys. This is presented by the one, the only FanDuel Sportsbook. We got the Falcons on one side and the Bucks on the other side. Two teams coming off some big losses going into Thursday Night Football. FanDuel is dropping a profit boost token on all customers for this one. So get cozy on the couch, grab yourself a little snack, pop open the FanDuel Sportsbook, and opt into the boost and cook up something juicy. We'll even have a few Bussin' bets out there for you to roll on the app, not to mention our live stream. We got a live stream every Thursday, boys. Every Thursday night game out there. You can always jump on YouTube, hit the live stream with the boys like you're watching with a friend. Visit FanDuel.com/Bussin' to bet this Thursday Bucks versus Falcons game. Boys, what an incredible weekend we had.
Yeah, incredible interview we just had.
Yeah.
Coach O,
we had him on for over 2 hours on the bus, and dude, let me tell you, the first 30 minutes, kind of asking questions, he's answering questions, right? Like it's as if it's an interview. Maybe not even a full 30 minutes. I would say about 20 minutes in that podcast, the dude ripped his tarp off, figuratively, not literally, and just went into story time.
Full Coach O.
And it's one of those, I kind of wish he was still the head coach of LSU. I absolutely wish he was still the head coach of LSU.
He is moved to Baton Rouge.
He is perfectly suited personality-wise to be a part of Louisiana, the whole thing. He understands the culture, the people, everything, dude.
Yeah.
And the stories of being at USC, bouncing around, him being at Miami with The Rock. Like, dude, it was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a little past 3 right now. We're in the middle of hour 6 on this bus. We will, for the fans, keep this one light, keep it shorter than usual.
Yep.
Because I'm fighting right now.
You're fighting for your life.
I'm fighting.
Got to keep the enthusiasm at all times.
Heavy. I just caught myself yawning a couple times.
No.
You know, it starts to get a little stuffy.
Yeah.
With the boys on the bus.
It is getting warmer on this bus right now. We're all breathing a little bit of hot air at this point. Let's break down a couple of things. In our college football recap, we talked about the alt-cast, how awesome that was being on it. But before that, now, we have had an incredible luxury this year with Flyhouse partnering with us and having the ability to fly on a private jet from New York every single week when we're doing our fall camp tour, our training camp tour. We get on a private jet, and it is, dude, it's an incredible luxury to have. We understand how.
There it is again. That's third yawn. I need a fight. I need to stop fucking feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah,
right
dude,
now.
what are you doing?
Listen, the yawn overtakes you.
And right now, I'm fighting for my life right now not to yawn back. You know, yawns are contagious. Like I can feel it kind of right here.
Oh, sorry.
I'm hating myself for it. I'm hating for myself for the possibility of even doing it. But yes, shout out JJ and shout out Flyhouse because they've hooked us up big time this year about flying over the place. We understand how big of a deal that is, and it does not go past us at all. It's very interesting, however, that every week we fly to New York, that we are on a smaller jet. Again, not complaining. This is not a complaint thing. This is just an observational thing. Every time Jeremy Clump has been on a jet with us, that's a big boy now. That's a house that flies through the air. That thing damn near 2 stories, right? You go to the Red River Rivalry, Clump's on there. All of a sudden, we're in a Challenger 300. And the next week, we're in a small little putter going to New York.
Yeah.
This weekend, we fly to Atlanta, 40-minute flight. And we're taking a damn apartment complex in the air. And wouldn't you know it, Jeremy Clump's on the plane again.
The Bussin' Bowl, the common denominator
G5 on the Bussin' Bowl.
On the nice plane is always Clump.
It's always Clump. And it's always packaged in a certain way. Hey, we need more guys for the Red River Rivalry. So
look at his little smile,
hey,
too.
It's Will's birthday.
You put the camera
for the
on a
Bussin'
smile,
Bowl, so we're going to get a bigger plane. Hey, SEC championship, we got to get a bigger plane. 40-minute flight. And you come, and let me just say this. You have done, without Clump, managing everything. Like Will and I basically just got on a plane, had no idea where to go, what to do, where we were staying, what the ride was, how we were going to eat. We're essentially newborn infants that are calling an SEC championship game on the ESPN. So Clump's connecting all the dots. So for that, I say thank you. But there was a situation going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium where we drive up to the stadium. We're about an hour ahead of when we're actually supposed to be there, but then we just keep on driving. And I'll let you take over from there, Clump, because it was an interesting vantage point for me to watch you.
We were supposed to arrive at 2:30, and Pate the night before.
Oh,
yeah, Pate the night before was like, yeah, they got us arriving at 2:30. Like, I like to get there. We walk the stadium. He starts putting us. You start getting the helmet on. You're like, yeah, we do kind of need to walk the stadium, kind of figure out
the lay of the land.
Yeah, the lay of the land. And so we're like, all right, let's get to the stadium at 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
So let's leave. Clump books the bus or whatever for 1 o'clock. We get in the bus. We're riding over. We're apparently 7 minutes away from we're not far from the stadium whatsoever.
Yeah, not at all. I think
we
it was
start
5
driving.
miles.
And 40 minutes later, after we lap around the entire stadium, we realize we're about to come back up on the stoplight which we were like 25 minutes ago. And so Clump starts getting a little antsy. We're all getting a little antsy, like, yo, are we going to even get there on time?
Yeah.
And Taylor's in the front. He's like, Clump, you need to come up here. Like, I can't be the one. I don't even know what I'm trying to tell the guy right now.
All respect to our driver. His English is pretty broken. And so he's trying to tell me things. It's more directional facial expression stuff. I'm thinking to myself.
And we're yelling to the back of the van, like, hey, Clump, where are we going? Do you know where we're supposed to turn?
When we have a van, I'm never sitting in the front again. It used to be, convenient in and out, probably give myself a little more leg room. I'll be in the back from here on out, boys. I will be in the back. Worst spot to be in the front, man. And I am forever, Clump will be in the front. I will get my ass so far in the back with the least amount of responsibility you could possibly have. Clump looks at this guy. He comes up, buddy. You getting through to the
hold
front.
on. I was gonna say let's just address that, right?
We gotta address that. I wish we had that on camera.
It was a little bit of a tight squeeze.
My boy was stuck for a minute, wasn't he?
No,
dude, he goes through because it's like a 2-1 type of situation. So there's a nice little alley, but then the front seat is like a little 3-seater, and then the door. So the crack, no joke, is about yay big. All right.
That boy got stuck between the seat and the door on the way up.
I squeezed through.
And then once he snuck through, I said, hey, I got that on film. He's like, what?
Yeah, I thought you were going to post it. But what really was concerning when that whole thing was going is Josh kind of knew where we were going. And I heard him go, oh, we missed our garage. And I'm like, oh, no. So we passed. He's like, oh, we can come up here on the right. And we go by it again. He goes, and we went by that one now. And we asked the driver, we're like, we have a parking pass for the red garage. And he said, oh, no, I'm trying to find a spot for after the game where there's no traffic so you guys can find me. So that's where I'm going to stop. And we basically were like, we
speak for yourself.
Clump's like, we got a parking pass. Like, that's not even going to be an issue.
Yeah. I was basically said we have a parking pass. And I was like, we don't even care. I don't even care about where we get picked up after the game. We need to get into the game now. You and I can plan where you pick us up after the game. We got to get into the game. And I don't know where it got lost, but we kept driving. And then we got to a spot. And Josh, like, we can get out here and walk. Josh was getting antsy too. I was antsy, but Josh was getting antsy.
Josh was an antsy in the way Josh Pate gets antsy.
In a good way.
We're right there outside the stadium, but everybody's directing us, hey, you have to go this way. And we're kind of getting to the point where, hey, we think we should just get out of the van right now.
Police officer, so you can go straight and then go down into the tunnel area where you're assuming the teams are going to go into, correct?
Yes.
And then the police officer wants to veer right. The guy's rolling the window like half cracked. The guy's like, that's not going to fit. You're not going to be able to. You have to turn right here. Clump's trying to talk to the guy. We end up turning right. As soon as we turn right, Clump is like, open the door so we can get out. And he's like, hey, the driver's like, he's like, sir, please, sir, please, sir, sir,
open the door,
open the door, please open the door right now, open the door right now, sir, please, sir. I'm sitting over here. I think at one point I even went, open the door, please. Like, I'm getting nervous.
This is not true.
Clump, it's all 100%
You're saying it wrong.
Clump starts to open the door while we're driving.
Stop the van, stop the van,
please.
The door was open. The door was wide open.
Clump's opening the door himself.
The door is open. I'm telling him to stop. Yes, I said stop the van. Stop the van, sir.
Dude.
Stop the van. Multiple times.
We get out of this van. And I walk over to the police officer that just told us you have to turn right. I'm like, hey, we got to go down this way. We're calling the game. He tells me straight up, no shot. That's where I go, I'm going to fall back. and let somebody else handle the bad guy type of thing. Like, I'm not gonna be, no, motherfucker, I'm calling, I'm not doing that. So I go back to lean back. I go, Clump, because I can already tell Clump's in that mode, right? He about to body bag some motherfuckers. I go, Clump's walking away. I look back, the police officer's already basically told me to fuck off. He's back at his station. He's walked 15 feet away from me. And Pate's like, hey, we can walk down this way, follow the road. Bro, we followed the road, basically walking right next to the car we were in for a second there. Damn. It was bad to where... luckily, the driver
ultimately had the last laugh.
Yes.
He was right. Yes.
He was right.
In that one moment.
He missed his two spots.
And the totality of everything, he wasn't. At the end, he was correct.
He was correct. I did apologize to him. I was like, hey, sorry that got a little crazy there, but we got to the game.
When we walked out and it was pandemonium, people walking in, but we're rushing to get to the airport, we're trying to find the van, there was a piece of it that's like, this motherfucker left us. No doubt.
I know. He was telling me like where to go, and I was getting worried. Like, I think he left us, and I was ready for that moment to be like, this is all my fault. He did this because of me saying to stop, but we got there. It was great.
Raise a voice, open the door, stop the van, the van. No, stop right here.
I got out, and then Will tried to get out, and he starts closing the door on Will. He wouldn't let Will out at first. It was fun.
It was a shit
You guys
show.
didn't hear. I'm telling on myself here. There was another police officer who walked up, and it was a woman, and she goes, we were telling you to turn right because you could have went down that way, just so you know. I don't know if you guys heard that. She's like, the driver was right. That's what she said to me. I'm like,
oh,
damn it.
No.
Damn it.
Would you like to address the allegations that Bussin with the Boys only flies on big private jets when Jeremy Clump is in attendance?
Yeah, I guess I could address that. I think it's true. I don't have anything to fight against, to be honest. That is definitely, it is added up to be true.
You like to be comfortable.
But
we all like to be comfortable.
I like to be comfortable.
In solidarity, I will be flying with you guys to New York this week on Wednesday.
Oh, so we're getting a big boy.
No, we are not. We're taking the normal one that we are grateful for. We will be on that one together.
Again, extremely grateful.
Is that your
but
first
time?
What?
On the smaller one?
Oh,
yeah, this will be his first time.
That will
on the
be my
small
first time on the smaller jet.
You know what sucks? This podcast is for the people, by the people. And I'm sure the last thing they want to hear from us is bitching about what private jet we're getting on.
Yes. Oh, no question.
How tone deaf can we possibly be? Clump, my fault.
Hey, I'm just taking care of the boys.
Possibly be,
I try and
man?
just sit back and listen. Like, yeah, I like to be comfortable.
This podcast was built on Southwest, man.
I did
fighting for the exit row.
That's what I said. I'm like, y'all boys weren't with us when we were shooting in the gym.
Yeah.
Hey.
Flying commercial, getting up at 4 a.m. to go hit a flight.
Driving from Baton Rouge to New Orleans.
Charlotte to South Carolina.
Yeah.
I did it this weekend just for fun, just to get a taste.
Jack and I, we're on Southwest on the way to Vegas. Anytime we can get out there, man.
We did stay in one hotel room with 3 men at the SEC championship.
There you gotta love
fun.
that.
I slept on a cot.
That was normal though back in the day.
But I slept on a cot.
And I hope to God that Sherman and Mitch have the photo of you cuddling with G and the angle of your legs. Dog.
Man.
I didn't mind it. Some bros hanging out together on a bed. Yeah. That ain't nothing. But the angle of those knees threw me off, bro.
Mutual is the issue.
It's something like G looks comfortable. Clump looks like he's trying.
Too comfortable.
He's trying to snuggle.
He's trying to snuggle.
Come on now. 6-year anniversary on Sunday. Come on.
Let's go. Congratulations. Round of applause on that, dude. 6-year anniversary. I did see the post.
I'm just comfortable in my skin. Shout out to Lindsay.
Did you guys all sleep like comfortably? Like, does anybody have any night terrors or snoring?
No.
Heavy breathing?
There was one moment they were making fun of me. I guess I dozed off and snored.
Yeah. We were just hanging out in the room. It's for 11:30, and me and G were casually. What was it? The Tulane game? We finished up Tulane.
Didn't watch.
We put on the end of Ocean's 12 going to Ocean's 13, just letting the night die down, and you kind of hear Clump stop making little remarks here and there. You can tell he's probably asleep, and then you hear him go, oh my God. He goes, I just woke myself up with my snoring. And he just woke himself up just from pure snoring. So it was beautiful. But yeah, we had a great time. I mean, 3 dudes in one room doesn't sound ideal. We made it work.
Yeah.
It's easy to make it work also at the hotel we're staying at. Not going to say the name.
Don't say
for
the name.
topic of this conversation, but
know that
find out on the vlog.
Yeah. I will say this, a moment of gratitude. the morning of the Altcast, we all go down, we have coffee, we sit there, we're chopping it up about the game that's taking place, and then we kind of like get into the year. And as we're having conversation around all these Georgia and Alabama fans, we're sitting in a really nice hotel. All the TVs at one point have our FanDuel commercial on, and we kind of look at each other and we're like, bro, what an insane year this has been for us to be sitting here about to do an Altcast on the actual ESPN, and we're all just having coffee. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was truly unbelievable, man.
Preparing, had a Georgia coach come up to us talking about being familiar with the brand and everything else. We had this couple, this married couple that was talking about how one's a Georgia fan, one's a Bama fan. They've been together since 2012, and they've went to every Alabama-Georgia game together, and they sit in different sections of the stadium because they're like, we won't watch games together.
They were staying in 10 to both of them are like, yeah, no, we don't sit with each other.
And it's great to know that both those people understood each other enough to not put their relationship in jeopardy during those times. That's a key to a healthy relationship, is understanding how the other one ticks.
Yeah.
So,
and the night before, getting to partake in Josh Pate's live show, which, by the way, filled it out.
Crushed it. 1,000+ people.
Yeah. Killed it, dude. You walked out the crowd, too. Like, Josh Pate handled himself very well because the crowd was just full of Georgia and Alabama fans, tense.
It was like, kind of scary.
He can kind of cut it with a knife. Yeah, and then Will and I kind of went out. I started playing heel a little bit. They started ganging up on us for being Big Ten guys. Yeah. Then you caught a guy rooting for Kentucky.
Yeah.
You're like, look at this guy.
I just randomly say Nebraska to whoop Kentucky. Georgia fans saying, oh, what are you, a Kentucky Wildcat now?
Yeah.
Everybody's laughing at him. He's pent up, ready to fight the Bama fan behind him.
One guy couldn't get his first question out. He was ready to swing on old buddy.
And then you had the financial guy.
The statement
just
guy.
break down a clause.
Like,
That question, dude, was so. It was just a statement. He's like, he said, I have a question and a statement, and he's just sitting there going and going and going. I'm watching you guys. Jack goes, he's gonna body. One of these guys is gonna body this guy. And I forget. One of you said something that was so funny.
I was like, oh, your fans are much smarter than ours.
Something that just hit though, but we were all sitting there waiting for it to end, and he's just rambling.
Yeah, I looked over at Josh and go, that one's all for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ain't no way. I don't even know what happened. Part of me is like, I think we got to hire this guy. Like he kind of knows something we don't. Maybe this dude needs a job with us, so we can just kind of understand. But it was awesome.
Yeah, the crowd was awesome, man. They love some Josh Pate. We got to meet Josh Pate's parents. His
dad was a legend.
His dad is a legend. His mom too. She was great because you can just tell what she's put up with for the last however many years. But go ahead.
What was his dad saying to you? He's like,
he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, I'll tell you what." And I go to shake his hand. He goes, I'm a Bama fan now. All right, you are the nastiest son of a bitch I've ever seen play football in my life. It's not, hello, my name is...
Bro, he had the
I to this day don't know his name.
Everything.
It's Mr. Pate to me. I don't know his first name. He doesn't know my name. And we're like laughing. He goes, but yeah, that's good for you. And he's just going into it, dude.
He's like, I guarantee it.
I guarantee.
I'm telling you.
You are
hitting
the
all those
nastiest.
one-liners where I'm like, oh, this dude consumed Roy D. Mercer back in the day. He's like,
I wish I knew that reference.
Nastiest son bitch I ever seen on a football field. But that's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. That means you're a hell of a player.
I caught a couple this weekend where I was like, maybe I did do it right. The dad at the end, he's kind of like, you played the game where you're supposed to play it now. And then Spikes comes up during our Altcast, and like right before he gets on, bro, he like gave me the stamp. He's like, bro, I knew like you and Hightower, we played each other. Like you got in Hightower's. I was like, oh. He's like, you played it the way you're supposed to play. I'm like, Mr. Spikes, bro, you took heads. You took heads in your career. I was like a gnat on the football field. You were an absolute bowling ball. Different world, but he gave some love, man. That was awesome.
Brandon Spikes, he was a dog, bro. And he was so personable. Got hooked up with him. I'm like, man, you got to come on Bus with the Boys one day. He's like, much respect to what y'all do. I'd love to come on the bus. And stories I've heard about Brandon Spikes, just seeing it was just kind of a different, I didn't know what to expect meeting him. I'm thinking this alpha dude, but he was incredible to be around. And he was a stud. He was about it when he came on the Altcast, doing the interviews, getting excited about things. Yeah. It's like he could have stayed there with us the entire time, talking about the game and everything else. But yeah he's a dog, man. I was trying to bring up the Luke Combs story that we heard. I don't know if his brain was quite there remembering it all. Because he's like,
His answer was perfect.
That's when I kind of, what did he say? That's when I kind of started to take souls.
Yeah, take grown man.
Yeah.
That's when I started to put people on the ground.
I buried a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
Bro,
He's talking about after he was done, we're like dabbing him up and going to be right before the next commercial break, and he's like, well, you brought up his 40. You're like, I was sick
because
when
I
you
talked
ran a
about how big of a
5:40.
fan I was of him, like coming out of Florida, and I was like, bro, I remember watching your pro day like at my townhouse in college, like mad that you ran a 4-second 40 or a 5-second 40.
Ran a 4-second 40.
He started laughing. He's like, yeah, people didn't know I couldn't run very well. He's like, that was the day I was gonna get exposed.
Yeah, he said he was running, and while he's running, he said, I'm moving very fast. There goes 5 million. There goes 10 million. Bro, he was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let's do a couple points we got to get into. January 6th, Will Compton's favorite holiday. We are doing. So for those of you that don't know, that are watching the show right now, Jarod and I made a bet earlier this year. Hey, you get a 6-pack by Jan 1, I will give you $5,000. If you do not, I need you to do 20 minutes stand up. All right. He shakes my hand. He's very nervous about it. Allegedly. Turns out he played chess on my ass because he's now getting into comedy for whatever reason. So January 6th at Zany's in Nashville, Tennessee, 7 p.m. All right. We are going to do a show for Jarod Beeman. One night only. Jarod Beeman is going to do a full stand-up show. I'll be up there. I'm assuming you're going to come up for a little bit too.
I might say hello.
Yeah, might say hello. We'll be a couple guests there. This is not a Bussin' with the Boys live show. What this is a Jarod Beeman stand-up show. One night only. 7 p.m. Zany's, January 6th. Dude, let's have a full house for Jarod. If you're wondering, hey, but the money you guys are, was it nashville.zanies.com? That's where you can get your tickets. All tickets sold. We're going to donate. Bussin' with the Boys is not taking $1 on this entire thing. We're donating everything to charity. Let's get a round of applause for that. Round of applause for that. So yeah, nashville.zanies.com. You can get your tickets there. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. Special guests coming in. We'll all come up for a little bit. We'll talk about all this stuff. We'll have a little back and forth. It'll be a great time, but it's really about Jarod Beeman. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, man.
I think he's going to crush it, man.
I think he will too.
Crush it.
And he's going to be so nervous before, but I'm hoping we can get enough like comedians that have been in the game for a long time to where when he comes off and he's like, I sounded stupid. There's a couple comedians that are like, bro, you got it. Because I believe he does.
Full lineup.
Yeah.
Full lineup of comedians that have been doing it for a while.
Jeremy Klump, he's going to be the one getting all these comedians in for us. So that'll be nice, man. That'll be a good deal. Also,
on the notice, charity as well. For the dads, Bussin' with the Boys partnered up with Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, where 10% of merch sales from now until tomorrow night go to Vandy's Children's Hospital. We're purchasing toys next week and dropping them off at the hospital next week. But if you go to BWTB.com, every item that you purchase, 10% of those merch sales will be going to the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, and we are matching every dollar that we raise. So again, BWTB.com to go buy some merch and help us raise money.
They can also donate directly to Monroe Carroll on BWTB.com if you want to donate that way.
Okay.
Boom. So 2 things. BWTB.com, donate to the Children's Hospital, and Nashville.zanies.com to get tickets to watch Jarod Beeman's first stand-up. And I think, are we doing a special for him?
We are going to make it a special.
We're going to make it a special.
It is going to be a special.
It's going to be a special.
That's funny.
We'll make Jarod do a meet and greet. We'll have a bunch of merch there for all the boys. We'll make it fun, exciting. We're going to give away a bunch of stuff. It'll be fun. You guys will really enjoy it, man. What else?
I saw a question on the intro. World Cup in USA. Are we going to a game?
Have to.
Group D.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Got to.
Have to go.
When is the World Cup?
It's like all summer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boys, that's so far away. We need to start talking about the Olympics. Winter Olympics is coming up. And you guys remember the Four Nations tournament, right?
Yeah.
We got after Canada's ass. Canada disrespected our ass. So this needs to be, if the world is what the world claims to be, it'll be America versus Canada for the gold medal. And we're whooping that ass. And where? Milan?
Yeah, we're going to Milan.
We're going to Milan. Milan, Italy.
And bring germs so we get the big jet.
Yeah, gotta get big jet germ.
You'll need a big one to go there.
And a big jet germ to get Milan. All right? Or I hope Southwest goes to Milan because I'm going. I got to get out there.
Oh,
Go watch it.
You're gonna go out there?
50 stars, 13 bars, brother. How patriotic are you? Yeah, I think given the schedule, if we're able to go out there, I'm gonna go out there. Got to, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Have to.
I'll watch it from the TV.
I know you will.
I'll be kicking it at the house. I'm talking February 6th through 22nd. We got Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, then I will not be going. I'll be rooting for you boys, though, huh? I'll be rooting for all you boys out there.
Already out.
50 stars and 13
Yeah, I'm already
bars.
out. 50 stars, 13 bars from my TV. I will not be running. I'll be on that couch. All right, boys, let's do a quick break for this thing right here, and then we're going to get into that Ed Orgeron.
Yeah, Bud Light seems to be doing something really cool for the Super Bowl.
Boom.
Should we clap and get into fit
Yeah.
for this before we get into the interview with Coach O?
You ready? Excellent. Boys, Bud Light and Post Malone are running it back for a one-night-only concert in San Francisco, Super Bowl weekend.
Fans 21 plus can DM or comment #PostyBL2026, #sweepstakes on Bud Light's dedicated Instagram and Facebook posts to enter for a chance to win.
Oh, Bud Light.
Bud Light goes great lengths to deliver fans epic music experiences.
Buddy, I'm obviously a fan of Post Malone, but his new country album, Life of Sin, all the Sturgill Simpson remakes, everything like that, the songs, it's incredible. Have you heard them?
Yours, about his daughter,
You love
that'll
it?
tear you up for
Yep.
all Papa Team 6 and all the dads watching you listen to that
told me
song.
about
That'll have you
and
crying.
because of the way you said that, I still have not listened to that song. I'm so scared to cry about it.
You've got to check that one out. Also, White Iverson. Listen, some throwback Post Malone. I'll take some White Iverson.
Also, White Iverson. Yeah. Yeah. So
Congratulations.
check all that out, dude. It's going to be incredible. We're going to be out at Super Bowl all week. Bud Light's doing incredible things. Post Malone, one night only. And also this interview is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light is brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. They have a whole bunch of partners, but if you want to stock up with some Bud Light, you can go to www.budlight.com/locator to find a place near you.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
All day long, boys and girls. Let's get into the episode with Ed Orgeron. Coach O.
Coach O, this is phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Subscribe. We're rolling? All right, Coach. Anything you say now is being recorded. Obviously, nothing's going to change the minute you walked into the shop, man. Just you all the way through. You walked in to get on the bus before us. Bunch of our guys like, fucking Coach O, man. What a legend. What a guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an absolute honor. Let's give Coach O a round of applause coming on the bus.
Thank you, man.
Incredible stuff, man. You've been all over the coaching world. And you've been around so many great players, coached with so many great coaches, had great coaches under you as well. But LaRose, Louisiana, are we talking like what's a population? What's it like growing up there? Because when I was at Michigan, I had a teammate of mine from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. His name was Drew Dillio. Well, I ended up dating his sister. So I would go down to Baton Rouge, and her grandparents were like the Creole, had the talking where I'm just sitting there from Arizona, like just smiling and nodding while they're kind of going through everything. Is that what's taking place in LaRose?
Hey, did the same thing, man.
Yeah.
I think the population grew up to 6,000.
Okay.
You know,
So we're getting bigger.
and we live on the bayou.
Mm-hmm.
You know where they call it the bayou, right?
I do not.
Runs right by your house. But actually, my grandparents didn't speak English, and my grandparents hunted and fished off the land, and my mother moved from the camp in the swamp to my sister's, her sister's home to go to high school. So it was a great experience. There's a great picture right there. I live right on the corner right there. There's the Intercoastal Canal and the Bayou Lafourche. And I live not in that big house, that small house right on the side.
That is absolute wild. Like, is it? Oh, is like Creole like a real thing down there in LaRousse? Like,
Yeah.
who? When people come from out of town, they got to be so confused about how people are communicating.
We all speak Cajun French.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, you know, I thought I knew how to speak French. And I took it in college. Whoa, wait a minute. We got a little slang about ourselves. You know?
Yeah.
We don't know a word. We're going to make it up. But pas français bien, tout mon zombie pas français, et c'est tout bon.
Yeah,
In and out.
I feel you with that.
He said, "I feel you with that."
Hey,
you
gotta
guys just get confused. Like, hey, fuck it, I'm gonna make up my own words.
Damn right.
I love that.
You gotta imagine too.
That's my 5-year-old. That's my daughter knows what's going on. She's gonna make something. But hell yeah, honey, let's go.
You gotta imagine too, Coach O, how he's been a hell of a coach. He's got the resume, everything else, but some of his first interviews, like the AD, whoever he's sitting with, gotta be listening to him, and be like, "Yeah, you sure you want to? You sure
Coach,
that
I
you
know
want
you
this
can't
guy to be? Your,
I know you can't understand a word he says, but the guy knows ball.
hey, if you want him to be your position coach, like if you like him, go ahead and take him."
Yeah. How did you get your start into coaching?
You know, my father was kind of like my coach when I was young, and I idolized him, right? But there was 2 things I can do. I can shovel shrimp, and I can coach football. Guess what? The choice of coaching football was very easy.
Yeah.
But, as soon as I went try out for pro football, in fact, I came try out for the Memphis Showboats. You guys are probably too young to remember the Memphis Showboats, the USFL football league. And I drove home. My dad said, what are you going to do? So I started coaching. The next day, I went to my college coach. He goes, I had a kind of a country accent. Baby, that's my name. Baby, what you going to do? I'm going to start coaching. He goes, where? And here. He goes, well, baby, I don't have a job. I said, Coach, I don't need no money. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, will be the staff meeting. Boy, you suck. I said, okay. He said, okay, you can come. But here's the deal. He says, you cannot eat in the cafeteria and you cannot live in the dormitory. You're not on scholarship anymore. I said, Coach, that's fine. I took my pickup truck. I stole a cot out of the dormitory, and I moved in the visitors' dressing room. Man, in the stadium. Hey, look, I had a bunch of showers, a bunch of lockers. Hell, it's the best I ever lived, man. I loved it. Next day, 7:30 staff meeting. I was sitting there with my pen. Here we go. I never looked back.
No shit.
When you're going back and getting that as your first job, like how are you kind of carving your way into, finding respect, finding your niche in the coaching world to kind of like earn your keep to stay on the staff, and then to turn it into, we got to get him a job.
Exactly. The first day we went out to practice, they gave me the defensive ends. Well, I used to coach the defensive end, and they gave me them about 10 minutes individual, and I got pretty pissed at them. So I said, F it. We're going to have an attitude adjustment period. And I just started banging them. Bang, bang. And everybody on the field was like, what in the world is going on over there? So ever since then, I made my mark.
That's awesome.
Physicality.
Yeah, that's right.
And what was where was the next stop after that?
I went from Northwestern State
Uh-huh.
to McNeese State to Arkansas to Miami. And really, Arkansas and Miami was my big breaks.
Yeah.
Especially when I went to Miami.
And
No doubt.
Arkansas, too, you were a strength coach, yeah?
I was a strength coach. I was in the weight room. Check this out. I made $25 every 2 weeks. Let me tell you how I got there. You guys will love this story. So I was down in the summer shoveling shrimp in the shrimp shed. That's what I knew how to do, making fast money. And I get a call. Now I'm on the bottom of the boat now. Baby, you got a call from Arkansas. And back then, no cell phone. We had that one thing. And so I get up there. I have my shovel in my hand, my white boots, everything. This guy, Brad Scott, was at the University of Arkansas. He goes, hey, man, I got a job in the strength coaching room at the University of Arkansas. You want it? I said, wait a minute. I took my shovel, whoom, threw it in the bayou. I said, hell yeah, where the hell is Arkansas, man? I made $25 every 2 weeks and lived in the dormitory and absolutely loved it.
Really?
Yes.
And then after that, you go to Miami and you end up, you cross paths with The Rock, correct? Dwayne The Rock
right.
Johnson?
That's right.
What was that? Give me a look into, because we all see the star he is now, right? I saw this morning, I woke up at, 5:45. He's got to post out an hour and a half before getting up, get my cardio. I'm like, this son of a bitch is always on top of all of us. But what was he like in college?
Great guy. First of all, his nickname was Dewey. We didn't know anything about The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. He was the nicest. Now, back then, University of Miami players were not called nice. Okay, I was coaching Sapp and all those guys, but he was the most well-mannered young man that we coached. Now, he wasn't as talented as Sapp and those guys, but he's a very, very tough football player. Great guy to coach. Great guy. Yeah.
Do you think did he have a chance to make it in the league, you think? I know he tried for a little bit.
I think that, he didn't have the movement skills that most guys have, but I remember one day he had a bad practice, and his uncle was a wrestler, right? And Bob Cornwell also recruited him. And we got off the field. I said, God dog it, Dewey. You need to go be a darn wrestler like your uncle. Later on in life, I saw you in the wrestler. I said, damn, he took good advice.
So you got to coach Ray Lewis too, yeah?
Yeah, Ray was, in fact, what happened is Ray came in June. And I remember Tommy Tuberville told us, now he was a little 190-pound wrestler. This is going to be the best linebacker ever in history. And he darn sure was. Yes, he was.
Man.
I coached the D-line, but
Yeah.
Tommy coached Ray Lewis, yeah.
So would you also cross paths with Mike Sullivan? Because
Yes.
I think Mike was my assistant offensive line coach at the Titans for 9 years.
Great guy.
One of 3 white dudes on the University of Miami?
Exactly.
Like, you got to be a tough SOB
Yeah, right.
to be a Caucasian on that
That's right.
squad.
That's right. Yeah, and he was. He was nasty, man.
Was he really?
But a good guy off the field, nasty. Coach Johnson, he was sharp, man. He would only let you recruit left tackles and centers.
Really?
Now, and You're not playing right tackle in high school. You know this, and you're not the best athlete on the field. You're playing defense.
Right.
And he'd take the best defensive lineman he could. The rest he moved over to offense. You want a smart center, athletic left tackle. All the rest were defensive linemen.
Figure it out after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, defense lineman. And then you have a little mental edge, too, on the outside of the offensive line. That's an awesome
What was it
photo.
like coaching a personality like Warren Sapp?
Well, I love Warren, right? But look, you got to step in the room. Warren, and we still talk about it this day, right? Warren thought, now he'll argue with today. Back then, he thought there was one guy on campus at the University of Miami that could whip his ass. Me. Okay? Now, whether I could whip it or not, probably not, but at least he thought I could.
Yeah.
But remember, he came to us as a tight end. He was 227 pounds. He redshirted and played tight end the whole redshirt year. Then we had to recruit him to play defensive line. But one thing about Warren now, when he got off on that football, he ran a 4.65 40 at 275. When he got off on that football out here, like a fucking cobra, man, like a snake. He was so fast. That guy was the fastest defensive lineman I've ever coached, and nasty.
With that, when he's playing tight end, redshirting at tight end, and you have to recruit him to play defense line, what are those conversations like? You bring him in there, hey, these are our facilities, this is the room you're going to be looking at?
Yeah, well, look, D-line would be meeting. He'd walk by the tight end room. Hey, Warren, I got a little pool boy for you. Come here, man. Me and Bob Cormellis, we had food for him every day, man. We recruited the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But then when we got him in the room, man, we got after his ass, and he loved it.
And how quickly from him going down, from tight end to defense line, were you like, okay.
No
Yeah,
question.
immediately.
Immediately.
That's awesome, man.
Immediately.
So after Miami, where was the next stop?
After Miami, I got up. And you can imagine now, okay? I'm 27 full-time, 28 full-time, living in Miami. I'm having fun. Right?
Yeah.
I was a two-time national champ, coaching Warren Sapp, living on Brickell Key. Yeah, doing it all, right? I'm off the field annex for a little while, right? So I had to take a year off. So I took a year off of coaching, and that wasn't by my choice. It was highly recommended by the university. And,
They go to some of those fraternity parties, like, yo, Coach O is also in there with the boys. What the hell's going on?
Wow. Well, we got to have the bus back then. We'd have had a good time. But anyway, so I took a year off, and I had to volunteer at Tiny Nickel State in Thibodeau, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And then I worked my way back up to Syracuse, then to USC.
Or USC.
Yeah.
What was that called?
Let me say it. Paul Pasqualoni was really good to me. Mm-hmm. Brought me back into big-time coaching. Then I went to USC. There's two schools I always wanted to coach at. I wanted to be the head coach at LSU, the head coach at USC. Mm-hmm. And man, when I went to USC, man, God, dog, what a place. I love the place.
Yeah, because you're there in the heyday. This is when, Reggie Bush is dating the celebrities.
Yeah.
You have
Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews is in there.
Yeah.
Kyle Matthews is in there.
Yeah.
Like, you had some crazy squads. And I know there's been like the lore of Coach O, but one thing you were incredible at was recruiting.
Yes.
And you have a story about like Coach getting fired and you're still on the recruiting trail and all that. But what about USC when you got that call? Like, was it, hey, I'm on my way immediately?
I'm coming.
Yeah.
I was at Syracuse, and they wanted me to stay there. I wanted to go. I always wanted to be at USC. Mm-hmm. And what a place, man. But you know what? I was with Paul Hackett. We were getting fired. And back then, my wife goes, I guess we're leaving. I said, no, this place is too strong. We're going to stay. And I went out recruiting for 2 weeks. I didn't know who the coach was going to be. And you guys heard the story. It was a Saturday night, 10:30. I'm sitting there watching Long Beach Poly and Laurel play, and a guy named Pete Carroll comes up to me. Got my USC stuff on. It's about 10:30, 11 o'clock on Saturday. He goes, Ed Orgeron. I said, Pete Carroll? Yeah. He goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm recruiting. He goes, for who? I said, for USC. He goes, didn't y'all get fired 2 weeks ago? I goes, they told me if I wanted to stay on, to go recruit. He said, you been recruiting for 2 weeks? I said, hell yeah. He goes, you know these players over there? Yeah, Manuel Wright, Darnell Bing, Herschel Denner. You think they can play at USC? I said, why are you asking me that? He goes, Pete always has that look about him, He goes, He goes, well, they named me the head coach at the University of Southern California Monday afternoon at 2:30. The first thing I told him, I said, Coach, give me your number. He looked at me like, who's this guy? I said, I got the number one player in the nation, Sean Cody. I'm going to be at this school at 7 o'clock on Monday morning. I'm going to call you, Coach. You're going to be the first one to talk to him. He said, really, Eddie? He's that good? I said, yeah. He goes, don't give nobody my number. Don't tell him. I said, don't worry about it. 7 o'clock that morning, I was there at the high school. Now, Sean's daddy wouldn't let me in the house. He's a big Irishman. Okay, I know he's probably disappointed those boys to take the bowl. We'll talk about that later. And he said, Coach, you ain't recruiting my son. He's going to Notre Dame. You know, I told him, I said, I'm going to recruit your son. He's going to come to USC. I'm a coach for him. But anyway, so we went down there, went to the high school. Coach talked to Sean. He says, hey, Eddie, can you be at my press conference at 2:30? I said, well, sure. So I went there. Look, I've been on the road for 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. Recruiting for somebody that you don't even know your coach is.
He's just wearing a USC
You're out there.
shirt.
You're going up to kids. Go, got to go to USC. You're like, who's the coach? We don't know, but we need you.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Then y'all get fired. They fired the motherfucker.
They got fired. I'm fucking here.
Not me, man. They're like, you know what I mean? And then I ran into a couple of coaches that were kind of derogatory on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you a story. I said, I'll be back for you later. That's all I told him. Like Schwarzenegger, you know. So I'm coming back for you later. Anyway, so they had the press conference. Now, Coach Carroll wasn't the pick of the litter, right?
Yeah.
I mean retread and all that stuff. So he goes, he said some little guy, I don't know who he was. Man, we kind of looking out. Hey, y'all got a staff meeting right after this. So I go up there. And, man, my seat was right near Coach Carroll, the head coach. I was right there. It was taken. I've seen some people in that damn meeting I ain't seen in 2 years. They're all there dressed up, wanting a job. My chair was way in the back. Coach goes, look, guys, you know what? I know there's some great coaches in here. I ain't keeping nobody. I'm going to start fresh. I'm sitting back there going, are you shitting me? And he said, I'm walking by, he goes, all except you, Eddie. Let's get to work. That's Coach Carroll, man.
No shit.
I went from right there to right there, and 2 weeks we were together, man. And he was a mentor to me. What a great man. What a great
You thought he was about to burn you after the whole recruiting.
Yeah,
Set
exactly.
up like, hey, I'm not retaining anybody. Like,
exactly. But that's him, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
he does it. And he wanted to celebrate it. We had a great, great career together, man.
We had Kyle and Clay Matthews on here, and they're talking about these team meetings that took place. Coaches taking clothes off, shooting basketballs, getting wild. Like, I already know you're one of those coaches. I want to hear from your vantage point what the thought process is with Pete Carroll. Is like, fellas, here's how we're gonna get the boys riled up today. Coach O, get naked. Get after it. Because I know like, it was like nuts back then, right? They kind of alluded to it a little bit.
Well, you know, I'll be careful. I won't say this. Now, I'm really developing my upper body, so I don't mind taking off my shirt. That's as far as I want to go. Okay. But anyway, you know, Coach was a master. He's a master motivator, man. And we had this deal that Kennedy Polo was our special teams coach, and he taught us this thing. We go in there and we take off our shirts and get all the boys riled up and all, and it was like SD special team, wild boy, SD wild boy. Everybody just going nuts, man, and it was wild. So he'd have me do that. So that was my part. He'd come any day now. Hey, Eddie, wild boys today. Okay, coach, you got it. You know, I get up there and challenge the guys, you know. Mm-hmm. And back then I was kind of bored up a little bit. It was good. It was fun, you know. Anyway, but one day he goes, Eddie, come here. Yes, sir, coach. We got to do SD Wild Boys today. He said, look, now here's what's going to happen. I want you to go in there and I want you to tell them it's not good enough and get pissed at them, Eddie. Because they listened to me. They were good. And he said, I want you to walk out the door. Tell them I'm walking out this effing door, and when I come back, your ass better be ready. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're like, God, what's up with Coach today, man? He said, now, Eddie. Now, look, I'm not big into, I don't know. I didn't know. I heard of Snoop Dogg, but I never met Snoop Dogg and rap and, you know, movie stars. Pete had them all coming around, you know.
Yeah.
I was just interested in getting sacked, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I walk out the door. He said, there's somebody going to take your place. Eddie, don't tell him anything. Let him come in. So I walk out the door. It's freaking Snoop Dogg. So instead of me going back in, Snoop Dogg goes back in. The team went nuts, man. They absolutely loved him. Then he came out to practice. He was hitting the bags with us, man. He was throwing passes. But that was Coach Carroll's way of getting to the players and getting us all together. He was a mastermind at it.
Yeah. Do you still follow Coach Carroll in his career right now?
Love him. I watched the Raiders the other night.
Yeah.
Love him. Love him to death.
In your opinion, as a head coach, watching a coach in the NFL that you used to coach with, what's going on in the Raiders organization right now that needs to be switched up?
First of all, we were, I think we're 2-6 at USC. Then we turned it around, went 6-6. So our first season wasn't the season everybody else saw.
Right.
It's going to take him a little while to get his people in there and get his system, especially in the NFL. Look what he did in Seattle. The guy's wonderful, man. And he is going to win. They just got to be patient. As you guys know, there's not a lot of patience in football today.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, too, you talk about Coach Pete Carroll, like he's known for like connecting with people, connecting with culture. What are other things you feel like you got to learn from him as a head coach before you became a head coach? And also you got to, even though you're younger and in your 20s, you were around Jimmy Johnson. It's a cat that's won at all levels, on a boat now down in Florida. People love to kind of seek him out for what he understands because he connects with so many personalities as well.
Let me start with Jimmy. Coach Johnson, now I was a GA. I learned from Coach Johnson. I used to, on Thursday night, he used to talk to the team by himself. I used to sneak in. He didn't know I was there. I'd sneak in and listen. The guy was phenomenal. He's a psychiatrist. The players loved him. The biggest, baddest player on the team feared him. I give you an example. You see how his hair is all pale, looking good right now? Coach Johnson would go jog around campus every day, and we all would, with his shirt off.
Yeah.
No, I got ridiculed for jogging with my shirt off at LSU.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy could, so I could too, right? And I got to tell you, I look a lot better with my shirt off. But look, we live in some shotgun offices. So Coach would come back now. He'd put that hairspray in there. Now he'd have that hairspray and he'd have it all right. But he'd be coming down the shotgun hall and you coming this way, meeting up with Coach Johnson. If he's smiling, you keep on walking. Hey, Coach, what's up? Hey, man, let's go. Man, he has that frown on his face. You take the first door you can and go high till he passes. I mean,
no shit.
He just had that control over you, man. Jimmy knew how to push buttons. And I also learned from Coach Johnson, besides coaching football, is how to recruit, how to take special teams guys. I mean, take safeties, move them to linebackers move them to defensive end, the defensive tackle. He wanted speed. But the biggest thing he taught me, he said, Ed, you got to have a smart quarterback. Everything that I've done from USC and the LSU was marked off his blueprint and Coach Carroll's blueprint.
Mm.
What are the things you look for when you're finding those hybrid types of going from like safety to backer or backer to D end or D end to D tackle? Obviously, it's like body genetics and everything else, but are there like philosophies in your mind to where you're like, this is how we're going to be able to make him, get a little bit bigger, move to this position?
The biggest thing that I needed to do was get him in camp and have him through my drills and not listen to anybody else, get the height, the weight, the speed, agility, stretching, all that stuff, flexibility, and then to see their character. Do they really love football? Now we had some camps now. This is what the babysitting camp. Now we got after it.
2 days.
2 days.
Oh yeah, we went
full pads both times.
Yeah, we couldn't have pads then, and we didn't even have helmets. We went full speed, man. And look, they had broken noses. Back then, it didn't matter. We wanted to find out how tough they were and how competitive they were. And when it got tough, where they at? To play at USC, to play at Miami, to play at LSU, you got to be up there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not all talent. It's about heart, about grit. You go to Alabama, that guy across from you, he ain't want to talk about Math 100, big boy. You on his way to in his way to the NFL, and that's all he wants to prove that day. So you're going to compete at the highest level in some very intense environments. So you want guys that can do that.
Yeah. Who's a cat that you converted that was against converting to a different position and is obviously like say worked out in the NFL, or you're like you're pumped that fortunately you got him around to them taking that advice?
Sapp was probably the biggest one. Tight end. defensive line. But a guy y'all very familiar with, Clay Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
We recruited him as a walk-on. Now, we knew his dad. We were great friends with the family. His older brother, Kyle, was with us, and Kyle was a safety. But Clay came in there, and I'm not sure that Clay weighed about 220 pounds, maybe 215. And we recruited Clay to come as a walk-on to USC. I went to Ole Miss, and Coach Carroll called me and goes, "Hey, Eddie, you know that Matthews boy? Eddie, he's about 250 right now. I think he's going to be a player." Clay Matthews. How about that?
Yeah.
That's probably our biggest gift as a walk-on.
You got some good Clay Matthews stories. Like, why wasn't he a guy that got a scholarship?
I can't tell you that much. I didn't know him that well. But when he got there, he's a great kid. I love him to death.
How quickly was he on scholarship?
I'm sure after I left.
Yeah.
Because, I was there when he was a walk-on. I'm sure that next spring, Coach Carroll saw it. I wasn't there.
And what was your last year at USC? My
last year, let's see. I was at USC from 1998 through 2004 was my last year.
Gotcha.
We went
2004.
back to back. But I came back. I came back with Kiffin
Mm-hmm.
later on and stayed there a couple of years.
Yeah. What was the reason for you departing the first time?
I got the head job at Ole Miss.
Head job at Ole Miss. Gotcha. Okay. So we're recruiting these guys. Let's go back in time a little bit. We've had a lot of SEC guys on here. They've never admitted it, but we all know that SEC was NIL before NIL.
Hey,
I love that laugh.
Look at
We're way past it. Can we now just admit it?
It's all good. Hey, you know what? I say, hey, Coach, you've been out of coaching for a while, and how are you going to adjust that NIL? I said, well, it's a minor adjustment. And they said, what do you mean? I said, back then, we used to walk through the back door with the cash. Now we just got to walk through the front door with the cash. Hey, a joke, obviously.
Big time joke. Big time joke. Everybody watching. That's a joke.
If we're still playing in the lanes of jokes, I heard there was some like unwritten rules in the SEC. Like if the kid is in Mississippi, for instance, like no other SEC school like Georgia, Alabama could offer more than what Mississippi State or Ole Miss would offer. Is there any truth to that at all?
Well,
because it seems like to me, I hate to cut you off, but like we both played in the Big Ten. He played in the Big 12 for 2 years, then Big 10 for 2 years. Big Ten is like a conference that like we all have our schools, and that's kind of it. The SEC is we have our schools, but as soon as the school goes to play bowl games or anything else, it's like, fuck you, we're the SEC. We don't care about
SEC hates everybody.
Everybody against SEC, which I kind of love how everyone kind of stays conjoined at the hip there. So it seems like if there was going to be an internal structure of how to, hey, we're all going to not tell on each other. There's going to be some, unwritten
you better
rules.
respect what we're
There's
doing.
Ole Miss and Mississippi State, we're going to offer them $50K. Alabama can't come in and off $60K. Was there any truth or validity, joking truth or validity to these unwritten rules? You've been gone a long time. Totally, we're out. The NDAs are done.
Well, rules are meant to be broken. Because that shit didn't go on.
Oh, really?
They might have had an unwritten rule, but they were broken all the time.
Yeah.
And let me say this. It all depends how good the player was. How about that?
Fair enough.
Can I tell you one great recruiting story between Ole Miss and Mississippi State? I had a young man committed to me for 3 years, right? All of a sudden, it gets a little squirrely, right? So we can't find him. We don't know where he's at. He hid in a back room in a church for 4 days before signing days. In a church, him and his family in a back room,
seeking asylum.
Yeah. Well, the good Lord told him that this church wanted to donate him a little bit of money if he went to Mississippi State. That's how tough it got.
That is crazy. Yeah, so we're fighting quite a bit. Was it you said you had a kid offered for 3 years, so he's a freshman when you're offering him, right? How soon in the South are we offering guys? Oh, because you got to see like these 8th graders now, they're kind of getting looks, and it's just a crazy concept to me. But is it really, do you recruit? How early are you looking at a kid going, we got to start getting after this guy?
You bring up a good point. When I went to Syracuse, when Paul Pasqualoni was great, Joe Pa was early recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we learned how to do it. I brought that concept to USC. And I said I was the first, but I became the head coach at Ole Miss. We started offering juniors and sophomores, and everybody's like, what in the hell? And I offered like 300. Then they go, well, he's only got 25 scholarship. I said, well, hey, we had Ole Miss. We may get 1 out of 10. You at Alabama, you're gonna get it. Maybe everybody you're gonna offer. So we kind of brought that concept from Joe Pa, from Penn State to USC, to my knowledge, to the SEC. Okay, so now, but it all depends who's doing the offering. You can have some assistant coach making some offers. Those are not valid. The only time you have a valid offer is from the head coach when you're sitting with your mama and daddy in his office. Okay. Now, if I offer a kid in the state of Louisiana and I'm the head coach at LSU, I can't back off of that offer. But if I offer a kid somewhere else and we decide to go other way with another player, I can back off of that offer and not get as much flat. So it all depends who's doing the offering.
Yeah.
But you like to send out a bunch of offers. The offers nowadays are not as valid as they used to be about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So if a head coach or an assistant coach is making an offer, it's almost like the psychology of starting to massage that recruitment, knowing that, yeah, well, when push comes to shove, you go a different direction.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We used to call it, you going out fishing on your own. It's like driving the bus on your own. You're responsible. Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think guys offer to get in the game to compete. And I think other guys talk about, hey, I got an offer. Well, where's the offer from? So it all depends the scale of who you get the offer from. But to answer your question, yes, 8th graders do get offers by head coaches nowadays.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but they do it to get in the game.
Yeah, you get in the game because there's how many stories have you heard where I wanted to go to this school, but they didn't offer me until farther down the line, right before signing day.
Thank you.
And so they feel some type of way like, oh, you're only offering me because this school offered me. So by you guys offering in 8th grade, it's like, hey, they've wanted me forever since before puberty.
You're exactly right.
What did you notice the biggest difference? Obviously, Miami, I'm sure recruiting was relatively easier at Miami and USC than opposed to Ole Miss. Like, what kind of roadblocks did you go into first time head coach at Ole Miss? You're like, oh shit, like these guys aren't just chomping at the bit to come here.
That's right.
Like, where did you have to maneuver from your recruiting standpoint?
You have to have a bigger pool.
Yeah.
Obviously, have the bigger pool.
So that's why you get into 300 guys.
That's why I get 300 guys. We went to Florida. I got Dexter McCluster from Florida, who was a great player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, played with Dexter in Tennessee my first couple of years. Yeah.
Was he quick or not?
He was older, but he was still very elusive.
Great guy, too.
Yes.
Great guy. And, back then they had BYU internet courses. I should have.
Brigham Young University.
Yeah, they had internet courses that you can take. I should have invested in that because I put a lot of boys in the BYU internet courses.
So you had a couple cats there, yeah.
See, we had to go in, and the first thing a recruiter may say, he's not going to be eligible. Well, you also have learning disability tests. You have internet courses. You have a lot of ways that I learned when I went out to USC in order to help the young men to get eligible. You get LD tested, but they get extra time, all that stuff. So we brought that to Ole Miss. We did a lot of that stuff with Ole Miss. And it was all up and up. The other guy, at Alabama, at LSU, you don't have to do that. In fact, y'all remember Raekwon Davis?
I do not.
Big time defensive lineman. Love him. I went to the school when I was at LSU as an assistant and is at Meridian High School and knew the people out there. And we helped them become eligible. Now, Alabama and the other schools thought that he was going to be a junior college player.
Yeah.
So I helped him be eligible. He went to Alabama.
Once he got eligible.
Wow.
Once he got eligible.
That's
where that backdoor loving comes. Hey, you bring the bag. Hey, listen, I know Alabama looks good, Crimson Tide looks nice, but how about this right here?
Hey, stuff happens. You got to compete.
Stuff happens. Got to compete. So.
I love too how it's like, we're trying to help the kids get eligible. It's like we're trying to help the kids get eligible so we can get these. We got to find ways to get the kids eligible.
No doubt.
So we can get them to help our football team.
Was there ever concern for you about these kids who are ineligible? Like, hey, are they going to be able to pick up a playbook? Or you're like, hey, that's secondary. We got to get them in the door first.
You bring up a good point. But if a kid is learning disabled, in college we have the ability to have some learning disabled tutors to help them out.
Yeah.
And it was a high school, they don't have that. So it all depends. The first thing that I did, you talk about character, when I went to the guidance counselor, guess what I looked at first? Class attendance. You guys both played, right?
Yeah. Class checkers, the whole thing.
If he was, remember class checker,
Sons of bitches. They always getting you.
But if that guy was going to school and he was trying, I'm going to recruit him. But if he was late and he ain't going to school, I ain't recruiting his ass.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, you know where I went to? The security guard that worked in the parking lot. I said, hey, man, when Johnny comes to school, what's going on? Coach, he's early. His uncle brings him. He's always well-dressed. He got his book in his hand, studying. Hey, what happens when Johnny comes to school? Coach, you don't want no part of this. He comes every day, come a different car. He's not dressed. He smells like they've been doing stuff that he's not supposed to do. He's late sometimes. You can learn so much by getting your feet on the ground and asking questions to the right people.
That's fascinating to listen to.
Yeah,
that's
because
fascinating.
Going out and getting like everyone thinks you go talk to the head coach, the position coach, the coordinator, and that's kind of how you make your decision. But to go, that's awesome to do the nuances of the guidance counselor, the security guard, but that takes a lot of time.
Janitor, around the halls.
Yeah,
That's right.
But if you have to go through that process, it's boots on the ground. As a head coach and as an assistant coach, how many days out of the year are you on the road?
Well, first as an assistant coach, I'd hit 12 schools a day.
12
I'd have
schools a
it planned.
day.
Pa, 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 pa. Not in Los Angeles, you can do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do it in Mississippi. Obviously, people know, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you get 12 schools in a week. That's just a joke. I love those guys. But speaking about the security guard, I knew a guy so well at a major high school in Los Angeles. He would call me when the other schools were coming to visit the kid. Then I'd have him go sit in the meeting. And he'd write down notes, and he'd tell me what the other schools are telling him.
No shit.
Yeah.
Coach Joe out there playing
Had the
chess.
security guard out there like a CIA.
That boy, hey, that security guard ate more steak dinners down the road than anybody in the law.
Oh, that's incredible.
No, that
dude.
is cool to hear too. Like trying to figure out the character of a guy, because my head coach was Bo Pelini at Nebraska, and this man did not play about class.
No.
He's like, I'm not here to babysit. If you ain't gonna do it Monday through Friday, you ain't gonna be out there on Saturday.
Exactly right.
Yeah, the class thing. I was a cat that I had to take like online courses my senior year. My freshman year of high school was awful. So I was like doing the full senior schedule plus a full semester online. End up being eligible. And then when I get to Michigan, they're like, hey, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I'm going to the NFL. So just put me in whatever. And so they put me in all the same classes that are like, there's 15 other football players in it as well. And I quickly learned my first year, like, oh, the class checkers come to every single one of these classes. This is awful. And I would get 6 a.m.s every other day. So eventually I learned, hey, you got to take a couple extra classes outside of the perimeter of what these regular football players are taking, so you can get yourself a little leeway here and there. They're not going to come and just hunt you down. So we've all got tricks, Coach.
Yeah.
We've all got tricks.
Right.
Ole Miss happens. Where to then? Back to USC?
Ole Miss, life lesson for us all. I get fired. I didn't do well. Coach Carroll told me, he said, Ed, you cannot coach the team like you coach the defensive line. Look, man, I had 3 a day. I had coaches in ice tubs. I had coaches in IVs. The doctors come tell me, say, Coach, it looks like a MASH unit. What the hell are you doing out there? Grind. That just was my mentality. And so we get fired, and I'm going home, and I call one of my mentors, and I'm naturally doing what? He does, right?
Yeah.
Blaming this and blaming that. He goes, hey, Ed Orgeron. This is the best piece of advice I got in coaching from a non-coach. He says, those may or may not be true. He said, you can't change that. He said, the only person you can change is you. He said, now, what you going to change about you, big boy? God, dog. None of us want to hear that, right?
Right.
It's like, and God. I didn't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
But I spent whatever time it was looking at the things that I did wrong and how can I improve to get better. Watch coaches' shows, studied people, and guess what's the 2 things I came up with? If these players know how much I love them, just like my kids, they'll go through a wall for you. And if we can show them that we have the knowledge to get them NFL, right? We all want to do that, right?
Mhm.
All conference. To get them to where they want to go, we're good.
Mhm.
And those are the two things I stuck with. And the third one was, I will not show any coach any disrespect as much as I can on the football field. And I will bring him in and say, the next day I'll calm down. I won't make a decision that night. 'Cause I do get a little wild on the field and look at the film and then walk down the hall and say, hey, Jimmy, turn on play 24, man. Tell me about that left tackle. What are we going to do? Hey, coach. And here's here's the worst thing a coach can do. Hey, y'all play, hey, what's that linebacker doing? Coach, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Well, if you don't know what the hell he's doing, who's going to know? Here's the proper answer. Coach, I got to get his alignment better. He's supposed to be foot to foot on the center. He's inside foot, split in the crotch. I'm going to cover that. And then, Coach, I got to get his feet right. So I'm going to do some drills with his feet today, and then I'm going to get him on a sled, teach him how to come out his hips, and get off a block. What the coach gave me, a solution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And accountability as well.
And
versus
accountability.
Right.
The player,
You don't never throw your players under the bus, man. You guys know that. If your coach throws you underneath the bus, what you going to do with him?
Be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to want to run through a wall.
And then when it gets tight, what is going to happen when you play in Ohio
You
State?
fall apart.
And you're going to say,
That trust is kind of gone. You're like,
See ya.
I know you don't got. If you're talking to me like this right now, I know you don't got my back when we're in the room.
No doubt.
Thank
And
you.
it's even more in the NFL too, because they go in these meetings, they make decisions about rosters. And if a coach is talking to you a certain way in front of your face, you can only imagine what's taking place
Yeah.
behind closed doors.
you guys know this, okay? When a coach stands up in front of men, and I think a coach needs to be a leader of men, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to be a leader of men is to be a damn man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that goes on nowadays from what I'm seeing on TV, okay? But when you stand up there, you're transparent. If I'm coaching y'all know all about me, man. And y'all know who I am. You know where I'm coming from. You know I'm first in the fight with you. You know I recruited you. You know I'm going to be there for you. But you know I'm going to get on your ass to get you better.
Mm-hmm.
You know I go to the grocery store. You know my personal habits. You know everything. He's transparent. If a coach goes up there and is a fraud to his players, it's over.
Mm.
Over. And you guys know it. Y'all know who's true and you know who's a fraud. So I think those qualities in a head coach have to be there.
So after Ole Miss, you go to USC. You go back to USC.
I go to Saints.
Oh, you go to the Saints.
I go to NFL. I tried the NFL for a little bit, and I worked for Sean Payton. Well, what a great coach, man. What a great offensive mind. But you know what? I missed college. I missed the recruiting. I've always been a father figure to these guys. And in the NFL, you guys, that ain't happening. And they make a lot more money than you. You're the low man on the totem pole. So, long story short, I went back into college football. Went to Tennessee with Kiffin.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed there for a year. Then went back to USC. And then they fired coach after 2 seasons, I believe. And the third season, I became interim head coach. And we had a good run. We had a real good run then.
That's when Eck was on the staff. Yeah,
Eck was with us. Yeah,
Coach
was
Eckler.
good. Yeah.
What, obviously, Lane Kiffin, he's been consuming the sports media right now with the decision, how he went about the decision, everything. Like, give us some insight on Lane Kiffin and the kind of individual he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's crazy too is like just listen to the coaching history you were at, because the Tennessee stuff gets brought up when all this is going down, when he leaves Ole Miss, and talking about just all the stuff that Lane Kiffin is known for. But knowing that you're at Tennessee with him, you go out to USC with him. You've been a head coach at Ole Miss. You've been
That's
a head
right.
coach at LSU.
That's right. Lane treated me with utmost respect. I was like head coach number 2 on the staff. The reason I went back with him because he and I were tight at USC. He was a young coach now, but man, a great recruiter, a great evaluator, had a bright future ahead. We stayed close. I wanted to go work with his daddy, Monty Kiffin. That's the reason I went to Tennessee. And then the USC job comes open. Look, nothing wrong with Tennessee, but USC, and we had been there, and Tennessee is just a little bit different. I believe if we would have stayed at Tennessee, we'd have won the SEC East, and we'd have played in the championship for years to come. We were doing a tremendous job there, tremendous job recruiting. So we go to
Jack.
USC, and man, he does good the first year, and the second year things kind of went south a little bit.
How'd they go south? Just wins and losses, or were we losing the locker room? Like, what took place?
Yeah, well, we weren't doing good on offense.
Mm-hmm.
And that was shocking to me.
Yeah, it's lame.
But we got beat 62 to something by Oregon. And look, and that's when I knew we had to go from the 4-3 to the 3-4. And I felt like burying myself in the Coliseum that day. But Lane asked me, what do you think's wrong? I said, we got to go to 3-4. And we went to the 3-4. But it worked out a little bit. Did he lose the locker room? A little bit. I don't know what was going on in his personal life. I just went to work and went home. But I know things were starting to slide a little bit. And so, he got fired on the tarmac. Then the next day, they named me interim head coach. And all the things that I had learned, all the things that I said I was going to do, now it was time to take my little notebook out and learn and do it.
Now, how does your relationship, you talk about you and Lane having a great relationship. He gets fired and they're like, hey, Ed, now you are the head coach. Does that change any bit of a dynamic? Does he feel some type of way about that?
No. He was recommending me for the job. He said, Coach O's doing a great job. We had won 5 games in a row. He said, I think USC ought to hire him. And look, after that, he's always asked me to go with him. He's always asked me to be part of his staff. And so we have a great relationship.
Did you, throughout this process, did you have any conversations with him about possibly being with his staff at LSU?
Here's what happened. He actually
back to Baton Rouge.
Back to BR, which, by the way, is there not a better personality for Baton Rouge than this man right here?
Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
He had actually, he called last year. He had called. He was going to get a job, and he wanted to know if I wanted to go. I said, you know what? I'm not ready to do that. I'm with my boys. I got 3 boys coaching right now, and I'm still in the process of getting them going with a solid foundation. But he had called. He said, what do you think about LSU? And I gave him nothing but rave, great reviews. And it never came through like, he never called me and say, hey, you want to come? I never called him and say, I want to go. He knew I was going. I was planning on going back and coaching. Would LSU been a good fit with him? Do I think so? Yes. But, as a head coach, when you go into a situation like that, you got to feel out the lay of the land, and you got to do what's best for you. So he's got his defensive staff. He hadn't called me, which is good. I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts when him being 11-1 at Ole Miss and making a switch to LSU, knowing that you've been in both? You've been in both of those worlds.
Yeah.
Is it just that much more of a premier job than Ole Miss? Because again, it's like you're in the business to win a national title. You can win one this year.
That's right. It's because,
and you're going to take you're going in with LSU trying to like, I want to go win a national title in the future. It's like, man, you could win right now.
Yeah. When you're at LSU, you can play with Georgia and Alabama on a consistent basis because you have a fertile recruiting ground. I don't know if he feels like he could do that at Ole Miss in Tobin. But you can go, there's Jefferson, and there's Jamar Chase, and there's Malik Neighbors within 2 hours driving distance of each other, and 3 of the most prolific NFL receivers. It's a fertile recruiting ground. It's much more fertile than the state of Mississippi. Per capita, LSU's got more players in the NFL than anybody. So I think that's the reason he did it.
Yeah.
State of Louisiana too,
But with NIL and everything like that, if you have enough money coming into your program, the way it works now is like, who's going to pay me the most money? Like the loyalty doesn't, you're going to have a couple of outliers that are like, I grew up an LSU Tiger fan, I grew up an Alabama fan, I'm going to go to these schools regardless. But for the most part, these kids will go to the highest bidder.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But when it's close, they're going to want to stay in Louisiana.
You're right. That is correct.
And the recruiting still comes on, you know what I'm saying? And the development. The guy's a great offensive mind now.
Yeah.
What happens with Lane, his dad is Monty Kiffin, he grew up on football. On game day, I've never seen anybody see all 22 now you guys played. All right, you played line, I played line.
Yeah.
We looked at each other, right?
Yeah.
We didn't see the scoreboard, nothing else. You whip my ass, I whip you over, get in a bad mood, and that's it. That was our job.
Yeah.
Linebacker, you at least stood up and saw a formation.
Yeah.
I saw 2 pair of eyes. You know what my coach told me? Whip his ass, get to the ball, and get in a bad mood, and come back. You think I ever call a timeout? No. So you were more privy to formations and adjustments, and like the quarterback, right? Lane sees all 22 on the field in slow motion. And he's going to get you now. He knows what you're doing on defense, and he's going to get you. Every offense has a weakness. Every defense has a weakness. He knows how to get you by formations, by shifts, and he likes to run the football. I mean, the guy led the SEC in rushing the last 5 years. Think about that. Ole Miss led the SEC in rushing the last 5 years. It goes to tell you who he is as a play caller.
Yeah, he's a stud, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna get it done at LSU. It seems like he's got all the tools in the world to get it done out there.
Are you wanting to get back in the coaching game? I was seeing, I don't know how valid everything is, but I saw that you were in talks potentially with Arkansas this year.
Yeah.
You mentioned your boys, they're in the coaching world. You don't know if you necessarily want to get back into it. Like, what does your future look like for you wanting to get back into coaching?
Now, I moved out of Miami. I moved back to Baton Rouge in case we do get a job. I talked with the athletic director at Arkansas one time. That was it. But I have not had a job offer that would fit to what I want to do now. I don't need to be a head coach. I could be a defensive line coach, be a recruiting coordinator. But if it fits what I want to get done at this part of my life, I will take it. If it doesn't, LSU was good to me, I don't have to take it.
Yeah.
So it's still a work in process.
I am in Baton
Them
Rouge.
buyouts guy. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Was
In
there-
your perfect world right now, if I were to say, Ed, you can have any job you want, how you want to have it. What is the perfect thing for you at this stage of your life?
You can't be a head coach.
Okay. I would go be a defensive line coach at a major program.
What major pro? We're talking about your perfect world right now.
Yeah. You know what? A team that competes, I won't say a school, a team that competes for the national championship, a team that has the power and the recruiting base to compete at a national championship. USC is one of them schools. LSU is one of them schools. I respect Alabama, but this boy ain't never going to coach at Alabama. Ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna do it.
Ain't gonna happen.
Loyalty goes. Yeah, you can't
Ain't
draw a
gonna
line in the sand.
Penn State, Ohio State,
Nebraska.
Florida, Nebraska. You know,
Hey, you ain't going to Nebraska.
He go to Nebraska. I'm gonna kill him. I throw him a little ball right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Penn State, Nebraska. Penn State had in the hundreds recruiting class. They just got a new head coach.
But
That is hilarious.
it's really a big school with a coach that wouldn't be intimidated by me being on the staff. Now, I don't want to do that. I want the coach to have enough gumption and know that I'm there to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to recruit at a high level and have the NIL money and compete and win championships.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know Tennessee just fired their defensive coordinator.
Hey, I love Tennessee. I did. I really did.
Did or do? You said did.
I coached there for 1 year. It's a football school. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Were you nervous when you guys were taking that job going to USC, knowing you were kind of like one and out with Tennessee, knowing kind of where you were sitting at, potential to win the division in the SEC and win a championship?
no, because I knew the power of USC. Now, I happened to be in Louisiana visiting my family when this all happened. And Mike Garrett said, look, like you, Monty, and Ed, that was the deal, us three. And obviously I was part of that deal. So I'm in Louisiana. I said, look, man, I need you to be in Los Angeles tonight. We're taking the USC job. I said, great. But then I saw all the beds burning on campus and stuff. I thought it was pretty quiet. It was wild on campus that night because everybody liked Lane. He had a great persona about himself, and we were doing a great job recruiting.
Damn, Jack. Tough, man. Jack he went to
A
Tennessee.
massive Tennessee fan.
Like he
Yeah,
is
man.
massive Tennessee.
Hey,
We're opening up some bad wounds right now.
Hey, how about Rocky Top, man?
We can't beat it up there in Knoxville, the 865. I think what hurt the most is hearing you say that if you and Lane hadn't left, y'all would have been competing for
No
national
question
championships. And we went into a dark era after that.
Yeah, we
So.
would've.
But
Hey,
we'll have you back with open arms.
I'm just a call away, but look here. A part of my contract is I got to have all the chicken fried steak with white gravy on Calhoun's right there on the river I can eat.
Consider it done. Consider it done.
Oh,
We're
Jack,
calling
you're
Bill Martin.
contractually, you're getting it done for him right now.
It's already done.
Hypo's already, he's listening to this entire podcast right now.
Can't beat Calhoun's, though.
I eat at Calhoun's almost 3 times a week. They love me there.
Oh, Calhoun's is great. Can't beat the river.
That is hilarious.
With the awareness that you have, you had mentioned like with the head coach that's not intimidated by being on a staff. Like, what are those things you'd be able to explain of the intimidation factor that you could, I guess, potentially bring?
How real is it of you going to the coaching staff and a head coach being like,
Yeah.
hey, what will this? assistant coach.
Well,
Stepping on my toes a little bit.
that's a come 85% of them son of a guns they called me. They already proved it. But if I got, Lane would be, that Lane like that. He want that. Hey, good. Hey, this guy's going to help me win. Some coaches, there are some coaches that would be, receptive to me being there. Hey man, this guy's going to help me. There's some coaches that don't know me well. I think you have to know me and really say, okay, I need this guy to help me win a championship, like Coach Carroll did, like other people did. But there's some guys who go, hey, is he coming here to get the head job? Or is he going to, can I handle this guy? They heard stories, and I don't want to be that. I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Unless I have to.
You mentioned Penn State. You don't strike me as a guy that wants to go up north very much. Like, can you draw a line?
Penn State, you can't run out there with your shirt off all the time in that cold weather.
It's freezing out there. You definitely strike me as like a SEC.
Near Nebraska.
Coach Eckler does.
But hey, does. But you bring up a good point. I was at Syracuse for 3 years, 95, 96, 97. It was so foreign to me. Now, Coach Pasqualino was great to me, but when it snowed May 1st, this boy from the South had enough. My wife was pregnant for my twin boys, and I was shoveling snow to go recruiting on May 1st. And she goes, why you look so pissed? I said, it's freaking snowing, baby. She was from Arkansas. It's May 1st. She goes, well, what are we going to do? I said, we're heading south. I had enough of this crap. And lo and behold, I went to USC the next year. When it snowed May 1st,
Yeah, you were over that.
All right, quick break from Bussin' with the Boys to bring you True Classic. Shout out to all of our sponsors. There's a special December flash giveaway, and for our loyal listeners, we have a special time limited offer. If you use code BUSSINHOLIDAY on TrueClassic.com in the next 2 days, you get a free $25 credit towards your next purchase. The code expires on December 10th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, so get shopping. Look good, feel good, play good. The new curved Pima shirts are incredible. They snuggle you up. They snuggle your upper body very well. They leave a little leeway in the gut area. Look good, feel good, play good. Find True Classic at Amazon and Costco, Sam's Club, and Target nationwide or online at trueclassic.com/bussin'. Another shout out to a sponsor, Netflix, Judgment Day, a colossal global showdown between boxing's biggest disruptor, international superstar, and WBA number 14 ranked cruiserweight, Jake El Gallo de Dorado Paul, who is 12-1 with 7 knockouts, and 2-time unified WBO, WBA, and IBF heavyweight world champion, Olympic gold medalist, and knockout machine, Anthony A.J. Joshua, who's 28-4 with 25 knockouts. The matchup unites Jake Paul, the world's most watched fighter, whose showmanship has redefined modern boxing and shattered records at every turn. And with Anthony Joshua, he is one of boxing's most accomplished, respecting, and feared punchers, a global icon who twice unified the heavyweight division and has headlined sold-out stadiums across the UK and beyond. Jake Paul faces the most dangerous and defining fight of his career against Britain's 2-time unified heavyweight world champion and Olympic gold medalist Anthony Joshua in a professional heavyweight mega fight scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds with 10-ounce gloves. Watch Paul vs. Joshua on Friday, December 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Netflix.
We're also brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Have you tried Neutral? If not, you're missing out. Neutral is so much better than any seltzer I've ever tried. It's made with real vodka and real juice. That's what makes it delicious. They come in a variety of flavors. They have a lot of popular flavors. My 2 favorite, pineapple and lime. Neutral is the perfect drink to bring when hanging with friends, and it is such a crowd pleaser. Neutral, keep it tasty. Let me ask you this, boys, and don't be ashamed to admit it in the comment section. Are you fumbling the ball when it comes to a confident cleaning the back of your end zone? Make the play, call an audible, and switch from dry toilet paper to wet extra large dude wipes. Why? It's simple. Wetter just cleans better. Dude wipes are better. Dude wipes are wet and extra large, so they clear, never smear your rear. So when you got to go number 2, be sure to bring the number 1 product in clean. Dude Wipes, the GOAT of cleaning your keister. Available on Amazon and at Walmart nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. Let's get back into the episode. Please subscribe.
Dude, what are some of your best recruiting stories. Like, you're known as a recruiter. I fucking know that you got some.
Yeah, you hear about like Jim Harbaugh walking into people's houses, sleeping over, those that like doing crazy shit to land a recruit to show them, hey, I'm your guy. You strike me as a dude that would definitely take a cot in the living room.
Well, there's a bunch of them. Chase Security. Kelly Valchasso was going to Florida. I broke the security line, whatever you call that. What you call it when you go, you put your stuff and all that through.
TSA?
Yeah, I went right through that damn thing. And chased them all the way down. They came to get me. They said, Coach, what are you doing, man? But I want to tell them, you do not go to that school. I want you. He goes, Coach, did you just break through the security line? I said, hell yeah, I did. But, one of the biggest recruiting stories is Reggie Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is not crazy, but Reggie was leaning to Notre Dame and Washington, okay? I was not the running back coach. I was not the initial recruiter of that area, but I was the recruiting coordinator. And I said, man, what's going on with Reggie? He ain't visiting. So if somebody doesn't do anything and I ask him once or twice, guess who's going to do it? I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I called Reggie's daddy, and I said, hey, man, what y'all doing? Nothing, Coach, what's going on? I said, hey, man, we're practicing football. I said, why don't you and your wife come on down and bring Reggie. I'm gonna feed y'all some good food. Los Angeles this weekend. I'm a big eater, you can tell. And so him and Reggie and his mama came down out the blue. Okay, wasn't gonna come visit. Came visit that weekend, had a blast. Then we go play in the Orange Bowl. We beat Iowa. That night, right after the game, we're overlooking the ocean. We stayed in Fort Lauderdale. Man, we were having a blast, calling all the recruits. Hey, and President West Coast was 3 hours behind. And all of a sudden, Pete goes, Eddie! Reggie Bush. He goes, Coach, I watch y'all play. I want to be a Trojan. Reggie Bush. Wow. So now, that's the one I got, okay? Let me tell you the one I didn't get, okay? Adrian Peterson, right? Okay, so Adrian went down there, a little East Texas place. His mama ran track. I remember his mama at Houston, I believe it was. What a great lady, man. What a great family. And we go in there. I bring Coach Carroll. And back then, they had those old kerosene lamps, okay? Now, Coach Carroll, he ain't got much country in him now, right? And so you can smell the kerosene, and she come to light it. She goes, Eddie, we're going to catch her on fire. I said, Coach, we're okay. Just chill out, Coach. I got this, baby. So Coach was a little worried about the kerosene that night. It was kind of cool. But me and Adrian were good, man. And he said, Coach, follow me. I said, okay. We drove 30 miles. We stopped at a little country store. You remember them gingerbread planks? You guys probably don't remember that. You know, a little gingerbread plank with some pink on it. But back then, no NIL, you can't do anything, right? There's Adrian Peterson. I'm not about to give him some cash at the store, right? So he buys this little gingerbread with a Coke. That was his supper. I'm like, are you shitting me, man? So we go all the way to this basketball school. No, the school, they play basketball. Mm. And they walk in, everybody wanted Adrian to go to Texas. So I walk in there with him. I had my USC stuff, boo, and all that. So we sat in the stadium. I said, Adrian, what the hell are we doing there, man? He goes, you see that little point guard? I got to play him next week. I come to scout him. I want to see how I guard him. You know what that told me about that young man? I said, what? So he comes to USC, has a great visit, loves it. So I'm sitting there, and now look, we used to, when I'd take him, I'd go pick him up at the airport, right?
Yeah.
I used to bring him down the PCH. Y'all been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through Malibu and all that shit, right? Then I go around, and I go through Beverly Hills, you know, all the big car stores,
Yeah.
Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
I pull up the back way, right? Pull up the back way to the USC, right? Well, they would tell and I bring them, make sure the parents were with me. And they tell the recruits, say, listen, when he picks you up from the airport, that high rise, okay, that you're going to see, he's going to show you about the big city. He's going to show you about that. But look to the side, to the left. That's Compton. It's a very dangerous place. I knew that, right? Bring him back. So show him all the beautiful stuff, right? Man, they said, when they go in the dorm rooms, hey, go look at the dorm rooms, they got those bars on the window. You know why there's some bars on the window, right? People trying to break in. I brought them to the best dorm on campus, told them that was our dorm. It was all right. So on Sunday, I'd go pick them up, right? And the mother had to be there. Now, Coach Carroll would go surfing in the morning on Sunday. But he said, Eddie, I don't want these recruits. Come watch me surf. I said, Coach, you got it. And then, y'all been to Manhattan Beach. Oh, you been to Manhattan Beach? Mm-hmm. They got the big pier, right? And they got all them homes, right? And so we used to eat at the place, I know high rises right there. I know you guys, I forgot the name of it. So we'd bring them up to the top. But before we do that, I would take a walk to the end of the pier, and I'd show them. I say, "There's J-Lo's, all the movie stars back then."
Right.
I didn't know if they lived there, you know what I mean? But hey, that's J-Lo's house. There's Michael Jackson's house. Really cool, yeah. I said, "Look, man, you be first round draft stars. You be living right there. Wow, man, that's cool. They'd be surfing. It'd be December, January, and then we take them up to the house, to the top of the restaurant." And here's what they say. There you go, right there. Santa Monica, you see the view, right? Okay, so now we sit there, and to a point, Miss Mary would say, "Coach, I got something to tell you." I said, "Yes, ma'am." Now, USC, as y'all know, is a great school, right? Mm-hmm. Academic and all that. So, yeah, Miss Mary, what is it? I mean, Pete would be kicking me because he knew exactly what they were going to tell me. "Coach, these recruiters, they told me that, this was a bad place. It was in the hood, and all I'd see was bad things, and it was dangerous." I said, "Coach, all I saw was the ocean, Rolls Royce, steak dinners." Yeah. And Coach, I said, "Miss Mary, them recruiters lied to you." She said, "Coach, they lied to me." I said, "Well, they're lying to you now. Think about what they're gonna do when they get you, young man. They're really gonna lie to you." "Coach, you right. Coach, you right. We're coming to USC, baby." No, that was not Adrian, but that would be like 80% of them. Uh-huh. So we just knew how to recruit Los Angeles.
Yeah, you knew how to drive around.
Show them the right thing
around Compton.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But Adrian, said, "Coach, I got a problem." And I know he don't mind me saying this, and I say it with utmost respect because I love him. Coach, my daddy's incarcerated in Texarkana. Okay? Bob Stoops has already gone in there to see him. And that was in the spring. Now, this was later on. He said, "Coach, I got to go see my dad, man. And if you can convince my dad to come to USC, I want to come. But there's another thing I need to talk to you about." So we tried to get into jail, but everybody else tried. They wouldn't let them do it. So I said, "Adrian, what is the other thing we need to talk about?" He goes, "Coach, my dad will get to watch me play in Texarkana. They play Oklahoma games." He goes, "I'm not going to Texas. I'm going to Oklahoma." I said, "Adrian, if your daddy, if they showed them USC games over there, would you come?" He said, "Coach, I come tomorrow. If you promise me my daddy could see every one of my games." I went back to Los Angeles. I went to speak to the mayor. I went to speak to every influential person that I could talk to. And I tried to get Adrian's daddy transferred from Texarkana to Los Angeles jail, man. I tried. I busted my butt. I couldn't do it, man. Just there's too many red tape.
Were you ever close?
No. They looked at me like, "You can't do that, man."
That is hilarious. Is that the greatest distance you ever gone to try to get a player?
Yep, that was competing.
That is wild.
That is competing.
That is crazy.
He said that is competing.
Yeah, that's competing.
I love that.
That is competing.
Is there a recruit out there that you whiffed on that you were just wrong about that you didn't recruit and that they've had all the success in the world?
Oh my God. And
one that you're like, "Shit, I was the one that said no, we should go after this kid."
Every great recruiter is going to have that one too.
Who
Just
is it
like
for
Babe
you?
Ruth had so many strikeouts more than anybody else. If you recruit long enough, you better tell this story. So when I was at Syracuse, what was the name of the school, man? It was in New Jersey, okay? And the coach was a good friend of mine. And he calls me. He said, "Coach, I got this defensive lineman, man. His name is Tom Baholi. It's Teaneck, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Teaneck High School. Okay. So we go there, and we bring him on a trip. Now, at USC, you got to have a great grade point average and a great test score to get into school. But now there are some guys that could be like 5 special admits that, provided they're decent, you can get them into the school. Okay. So when he gets there, we get there, and Tom Bahali, man, he was great young man. But he had a muscle shirt on, okay? And I don't know for why Coach Carroll thought he didn't have big shoulders. He was a defensive lineman, right? And his shoulders were like that. No, And he go, Eddie, I don't know if we need to go across the country to get a guy like that. We got all these people in Los Angeles, and he doesn't have great grades. He goes, I said, Coach, are you sure? Now, I know the coach there. They say this guy's a phenomenal player. He said, no, Eddie, I think we're going to pass on him. Tom Bahali.
He was a dog, too.
I got another one.
Yeah.
One more. Andre Johnson. Okay? How about that? Miami Senior High School. Not a big-time recruit. Not a big-time recruit at all. I go down there. I bring him. We go to Beverly Hills. Andre, I don't know if you ever met Andre. He's just a wonderful young man. And so I go there, and I'm having a home visit with him. And outside the home visit, I can see Hard Rock Stadium right there. I said, well, I got my work cut off for me. So he comes, he has a great visit, and he's torn between Miami. So I get a call, USC being an academic school, but so was Miami. And I get a call. And I was down in Miami. It happened to be the Super Bowl, right? In Miami. So I ain't leaving, right?
Yeah.
I'm there on Friday. It's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's dead period before Sunday. I get a call from a recruiting coordinator with our academic counselor. Hey, we've been looking at the pecking order, and we got a lot of receivers in Los Angeles, Coach. We don't think we need Andre Johnson. You know what I told him? 2 words, and the first one starts with an F. Okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, I ain't telling him that. No way. Man, I recruited him all weekend, and then the Monday he told me, he says, Coach, it's just too far for me to go. But I was about to tell Andre Johnson he didn't have a scholarship at USC.
Oh.
So what if he sat there and he was like, yeah, Coach K, I'm coming to USC. What's that next conversation look like? Are you paying for the tuition?
There'd have been a fight Monday morning in the office.
Yeah.
And I'd have won. I'll guarantee you that.
Do you remember the player on the roster you probably would have fought to get off the scholarship?
No, I'd have fought the recruiting coordinator.
Okay, fair enough.
Let me tell you another Miami story about that.
Oh, dude, hey, bro, we got all the time in the world.
for you,
This is
Good.
sitting here listening to your stories. Like I could sit back all day.
So, all right. So the graduate assistants, we lived in the dormitory at the University of Miami. Jimmy liked it because we was in there and we made $500 a month. We ate on the trading table. And this is not the story, but I just got to tell you how the University of Miami was like a beach school back then, but just tough, hard-nosed. And we'd go eat, and Miss Sarah would feed all the players, and all the players wouldn't eat. We were just like a big family. And, man, if we didn't make the spread, you ain't getting no. I ain't feeding your ass because she'd lose. She bet on the Hurricanes all the time. That's how she made all. Hey, when y'all ain't making that spread this week, you ain't. I see her with a plate of food right now. No, I ain't feeding your ass. You better get going. Oh, all right, Miss Sarah, please feed me. We're gonna be. I mean, it was just that type of competitive atmosphere. Well, me and Tommy Tuberville were graduate assistants together. Great guy, got me down to the University of Miami, but we live in a dormitory. So on Wednesday night, we got like travel money for the GAs. We get $20, okay? Well, Tommy, for some reason, like a volunteer, he would get the $20. So we'd go get some beer, and at the end, we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we get a four-piece now. That's all we had left, right? Now we're feeling pretty good, obviously. We allowed $2 for chicken and $18 for beer, right?
That's a great ratio.
But we go back to the that's my guy right there. It's going to be the governor of Alabama, right? And great guy. And we always knew he was going to be a politician. Really helped me out. Great coach. But we go back to the dorm, and Tommy, if we got a case of beer, I would drink 22 and Tommy would drink 2. Okay, and this is the way we were, personality, right? so we go there, and there was the 4 pieces of chicken. Well, we both like the white meat, right? And we must have did that the whole season, 12 games. And I guarantee you, I ate the white meat 12 times. There was a battle for the white meat. Look, think about that, man. Yeah, I know he's going to start laughing. And he ended up being the head coach at Auburn.
Yeah.
I ended up a national championship coach at LSU. He's a United States senator and probably going to be the governor of Alabama.
And y'all fighting over white chicken.
We're fighting over the
To this day, still fight over the white chicken. That is hilarious, man.
12-0.
Yeah. What year were you at? Did you first get to LSU?
Say it again?
What year was the first year you became the head coach at LSU?
First year I became interim head coach in 2016.
2016.
That's another story I want to tell you.
Was it Les Miles?
I got to tell you all the story.
Tell me
You
the story.
ready?
I would love to.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's backtrack to USC, okay? We beat, I think, Arizona. We go to Notre Dame and we lose to Notre Dame, okay? Well, Pat Hayden was a Notre Dame fanatic. He called games for Notre Dame, and he wanted to beat them. And he was right. Their offense wasn't worth it. What Brian Keller was there, their offense wasn't worth the hill of beans, but we lost. He was pissed. I don't blame him for pissed. But when I ran off that field, I took that job at USC like I was going to be their interim coach for a little bit. Okay? When I left that field, I said, you know what? F that. I'm going to be the head coach from now on. And we went on a tear, man. We won like 5 games in a row. And the Friday before the UCLA game, he brings me and my wife in, shows me the contract. It was a $12 million contract back then for 4 years. He tells my wife to stay. We're going to have a press conference on Tuesday. He's going to hire me. Okay. My kids come, man. But we lose to UCLA, which is, I understand. We didn't play well. My kids get on the plane crying. My wife stays with me. He never calls me on Sunday.
About this next deal you're about to sign.
He told me he was going to call me Sunday night, offer me the job full time.
$12 million.
He said, I'm 99% sure I'm going to hire you. I'm going to call you Sunday night. The call never came. I stayed up all night waiting on a call. Next morning, I told my wife, I said, get us a plane, we're going home. I got to go take care of some business. Me and him had a meeting. We had a meeting. I slammed that door. And I told him, I said, beside the day my father died, this is the worst day of my life. I was just trembling. And I told him, I'm better than the man that you hire. You're going to do a great job. I love USC, and you effed me.
Mm-hmm.
And probably not as nice as I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
And how long were you at USC at this point?
I had been at USC from 1998 through 2004. And then we went back with Lane, I think it was 2011, 12, 13. And this was 13, the end of 13.
Okay.
I took 14 off of 15, somewhere around. So I've been at USC about almost 11 years coaching. So when we have a team meeting, and I said, I want to tell my team bye. And he said, no. I said, yes, I'll tell my team bye. It was like a funeral because all the things that I said I do become like their father. They love me. It was my team. And I said, guys, listen, USC is the best place for you. I'm still gonna pull for you. You're a great place. They got a coach coming in. Y'all respect them. Hey, look, we had a good run. Nah, coach, we don't want to hear that. They jumped the tables and they were crying. They were hugging me and shaking me. Why? And they were looking at him. Why? Just like the dad we never had, man. This is our coach. What are you doing? And it was. So I go. Guys pick me up at the end and bring us to the airport, and I'm crying. That was my family. I'd been there. I lived in the Radisson. I lived in the Radisson for 4 years across the street. My family stayed in Vanderbilt, Louisiana. I was by myself. I'd go from the Radisson to USC. I love Carl's Jr., man. I'd give me a double meat.
A double Western bacon cheeseburger.
That's it, bro. That's it.
I love them, boys. Hey, that was my favorite pregame meal. Let's go.
No, I tried to get lettuce wrap, but
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, you ain't trying to hear that.
that LA style. That was my circle for 4 years. I'm like, anyway.
Hey, there it is right there.
There you go, baby.
Hey, that thing is unreal.
Oh, that baby look good.
Hey, stuff leaking down. Yeah. So anyway, we get on a plane, and this is my ex-wife I'm talking about now. Yeah. And so she goes, "Why are you so sad?" I said, "We got the USC job pulled us." She goes, "God has a better plan." You know what I told her? It better be good. We just lost the USC job, baby. It's gonna be good. But anyway. So I spent a year out of coaching, but that was a great time in my life, man. I always wanted to be the head coach at LSU or USC, and that was a hard deal for me to lead that place. So I took a year off of coaching, but that year off of coaching, I got to see my sons play football, and I never watched them play football. Cody's a quarterback, Parker was a receiver. We went to the semifinals. It was just a wonderful year. I cooked for my kids, man. It was good. It was really a year that I needed. And then I went to LSU with Les Miles. So the first year with Coach Miles. The second year, we lose to Wisconsin in Green Bay's field up there. And we played, it was like some of the kickoff classes. So I get a call. It says, "Coach, y'all lose another game. You're going to be the interim head coach at LSU."
So they're telling you this? Does Les know this?
No.
That is crazy.
This is some backward world's country shit right here.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm fixing to tell you.
Now, is this the AD that called you?
No.
Oh, this is just this is a Illuminati of
this
LSU.
would be third party. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's legit. Okay. So we go play Auburn. Now I'm knowing this the whole time. So we play Auburn, and on the last play of the game, we score a touchdown, but we get a penalty or the clock ran out or something like that. I don't know what to yell, scream, cheer. I'm like, what's going on? So we lost the game. Everybody's sad, right?
Not you.
Well, I am. We lost the game, and I like Coach Miles. He's great to me, but I'm like, this is weird. Okay. So I go on the bus. Meet me at the such and such station when y'all get off the plane. Okay? I go to the place. We stayed there till 6 o'clock in the morning. They gave me the blueprint. Here's what needs to be done. Here's how it has to be done. Here's what we expect. And there was nothing about anybody officially from LSU there, right? I mean, it was just like T-Boy and his cousin, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I go to work the next day. I'm sitting there, and it says it's going to happen tomorrow. Be ready. So we get a staff meeting. We sit down there. Nobody knows anything except me. It was weird as hell. It was like,
Yeah, and because you said it was nobody officially from LSU.
That's
it's
right.
Like, I mean, was that real? What just happened last
what
night?
am I
Yeah,
doing?
was there a piece of you that's like, this can't be real? Or were you like, hey, I know for sure? Like, was there ever doubt? You're sitting at a gas station till
Coach O's probably sitting there like, they have no fucking clue.
That's what
hammer.
I am. And I kind of knew in my heart it was real. I kind of felt bad. I love Coach Miles. And there's all my teammates. I'm loyal. My coaches. I'm like, fuck, what's going on, man? So anyway, I go to my desk, and the guy texts me, "It's going to happen. Relax." I said, "Hey, man, is this real?" He said, "It's going to happen." All of a sudden, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm walking the guy who's the athletic director now, grabbed me by the arm. "Hey, you are now the head coach of the LSU Tigers." What? Let's go. I met with the AD, and I think I got rid of the things I needed to do on the staff, and away we went.
Okay, a couple things. AD that's there now, he grabs you, says,
Keep talking,
you're now the head coach of the LSU Tigers.
Right.
Hey, you better hurry up. Les Miles, what's your text to him? What's your call to him? Do you
Nothing.
say nothing?
Nothing.
So you had communication with Les Miles
None.
since this day?
None. Oh, yeah, I have. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
I call him, thank you, tell him I love them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We had a good relationship. It had nothing to do with me. But I wasn't going to tell Coach Brown.
You want to be the
I
head
didn't know
coach
what
of
to say.
USC or LSU. It's been the same
That-
thing
that's
this
right.
whole
That's
entire
right.
podcast.
That's right.
So now you have somebody walking up to you being like, you're about to be
Let's
the
go.
head coach of
And
LSU.
you know what? When I took the head job at USC, I kind of, and it's not like me, I soft pedaled.
Yeah.
They didn't. I knew Pat Hayden didn't want me there.
Mhm.
And but I said, you know what, the hell with that. I'm going for it.
Mhm.
When they told me I'm the interim head coach, you know what I said?
What?
I'm not letting them go to rope. I'm going to get this damn job. I moved in the head coach's office. My first team meeting, Duke Roddy said that I acted like the head coach. I fired guys, changed the practice, flipped the script. And when we went, and they were like, wow. And we took a whole fire, man.
No shit. So
Yeah.
how many games in was it when Les got fired?
I think it was 4.
Four games in. So you have 8 more games in the season.
8 more games. Let's roll.
And what was your end record as interim head coach?
I think we lost to Alabama 10-0. And I'll tell you the last one. 10-0 we lost to Alabama. Everybody else would kick their ass. And it was 0-0 in the third quarter going to Alabama. So we were playing really good. We opened up the offense. We're scoring points. So in LSU's mind, I was just the interim, but they were going to give me a chance, legit chance, because the AD loved me.
And they told you.
Yeah.
Because you said they walked you into a room, gave you the blueprint,
Yeah.
gave you the expectation.
Yeah.
So when you only have an 8-game sample size, you have no
Yeah.
training camp. These are not your recruits.
No.
Tell me what was their expectation of you for those 8 games.
Win.
Okay.
You LSU Tigers, take it over. Open up the offense. Score points. Let's go. Play with some energy. You're just the person to do it.
Mhm.
And I did it. But I hired Steve Ensminger, my buddy, who was quarterback coach, and made him offensive coordinator, and he did a tremendous job. Dave Aranda was there, did a tremendous job. So anyway, we're going in, we're doing good, man. We're rolling. We got a little something going. And it was kind of funny, guys. We had, this plane tracker. You know, they get the plane tracker now.
Yeah.
So I had my director of operations. He would check the plane tracker, right? And at first the plane was going all over the place. Then we start winning. He goes, hey, plane tracker ain't going nowhere this week, bro. Keep the plane at home, man.
Keep the plane at home.
So we play in Florida, right?
That's funny. That's funny. The
we
plane
playing
tracker
the
stuff.
Florida
Shit, they're going
Gators,
here.
baby.
Might be looking at that
the
coach.
Florida Gators. And look, although being from Louisiana, I knew Alabama was a rival, but I didn't know how bad the Florida Gators and the LSU Tigers hate each other. So, and just like Notre Dame and Miami in the tunnel, we fought against Notre Dame. We were out of our minds. We didn't play well. We lost the game. Not an excuse, but when you fight before the game, you're just not in the right mindset. So Tommy Moffitt, who's the strength coach at Texas A&M, doing a great job, comes to me and said, Coach, you got to get out of here, man. Your whole team's fighting. I said, what? So we get out there, man. They're fighting with Florida. It's at home. And those guys, you know how they're all getting fights, man. You're just not in your right mind.
Mm-hmm.
So we go out there. We play our worst game. We should have beat the dog out of Florida. Fumbles, mistakes, was get down to 4th and 1, okay? We win this game, they're going to hire me in the dressing room at LSU. Man.
You know this, or you're assuming
I've
this?
been told.
Been told by the third party's third party.
The third party, T-Boy.
Yeah. Okay.
T-Boy has now become important, right?
Yeah.
So, and it was about to beat Florida. So we call a timeout, and we run this play called Pylon. And I have this wonderful player named Darius Geis, who's a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to Washington.
That's right. A man now. Tough. And so Pylon is we're gonna go to the left. We're gonna suck everybody in, and then we're gonna hook the outside guy, and Darius is gonna run to the pylon. Gonna be a touchdown. Walk in. It's 4th and less than 1, right? But we're on the sideline, and I learned as a head coach after this, make your assistants tell everybody the play and what to do. That didn't get done, okay? So I got to take the responsibility. Darius went the wrong way. Florida stops us. Oh, my God. I'd been living in a hotel on campus. I wasn't going to let go of the rope. I woke up the next morning. My stomach was just killing me, man. God, I was in a ball, screaming, yelling. God, dog it. I was pissed, man.
Yeah.
My director of operations called me and said, hey, I just talked to Joe. athletic director. We still got a chance. Well, he was smart. He was supposed to keep me going.
Yeah.
So we were playing Texas A&M for Thanksgiving Day, right? So we meeting on Sunday. So we got a team meeting. Everybody's down, and here comes Darius. He got a hoodie over his head. He was the last one to get in. I took that freaking hoodie off. I grabbed him and I said, I love you. It's my fault. I didn't teach you good enough. Really, Coach? I said, yeah. I should have coached you better, son. I said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the ball against Texas A&M, and you're going to run all over their ass. There's a pep and step, right?
Yeah.
I said, okay. I went in there. You guys play. Y'all get this. Hey, guys, it's Thanksgiving week. We're fixing to go whip A&M's ass. No pads the whole week. They forgot we lost the game. They went crazy, man. No pads the whole week. They forgot we played the day before. Man, walkthroughs, no pads, kept them fresh. Whew, man. So we get on the plane. You guys know how it is. You get on the plane, right? You going to play at A&M? You feel it, man. I feel like I'm going to a fight with my buddies, man. I'm ready. I'll whip their ass. I know it's going to be good. So there's all kind of rumors going on, right? So, you guys have what's called a sixth sense, right?
Mm.
You can feel stuff, right? Now, look, I made a 10 on my ACT, right? Okay. I don't want none of you boys to be too impressed back there, That's after my third time taking it, you know what I mean? But God has given me a situational awareness factor in my life that I can figure shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we're feeling good, man. We're going to go kick their ass, right? We get off the bus. We had an hour drive. And all of a sudden, when we get off the bus, we had this big resort, and I see little factions of people. What's going on, man? Then my ex-wife said, and I promised myself that I was going to focus on getting this head job till the last freaking second. I wasn't going to let go. I'm going to get this job. Now, I wasn't going to let nothing get me by.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to meetings. You still the same thing. Little factions of people you can tell something going on.
Yeah.
So I go home. My ex-wife, she goes out to dinner. She goes, well, guess it's all over, huh? I said, what do you mean? They offered a job to Jimbo Fisher tonight. I said, no, Joe wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do it without telling me. Well, I had a guy on my staff that had worked with Jimbo Fisher. He was hiring and firing people on my staff behind my back. Oh, yeah. Hey, you going to stay? No, you ain't going to stay. And everybody was trying to get a job with him. This is the night before the game. And I'm like, okay. But you know what Coach Carroll taught me? Eddie, never let them know they got you. Don't tell them. Give them power. So the next day, remember I said I'm going to go for the end. The next day, in the hotel, same stuff's going, don't pay attention to it. So we go to the game. Now, I want you boys to remember this from Coach O, okay? We go to the game. We're going to A&M now. It's rocking and all that, right? I know we're going to kick the dog out of them, all right? Now, your boss, okay? Your boss will bet to hide shit from you, okay? He'll bet to give you the smile, and he won't bet to tell you what's really going on through his face. But the wife can never lie, okay? So Joe's wife and I, Annie, a little Italian lady, we'd go to the SEC deal. She loved me. I'd have her laughing, we'd joke, and she wanted me to be the head coach, and so did Joe. So I go, and right before the game, everybody's fired up. Joe comes shake my hand, hug me. Here we go, man. And I look at Annie, his wife, and here's the look.
Oof.
Look, I went, oh, shit, I'm in trouble, man. Look, I can tell it's over. You know what I mean? Something's going on. So we win the toss, and we usually win the toss. We play defense, right? I said, Ensminger, take the ball and give it to Geis. What I told him on Sunday?
Yeah, you can give him the ball.
I'm going to give you the ball, boy. We had 635 yards of total offense on those guys. We put an ass whipping on them, you hear me? A Geis must have so many yards. Whatever. So anyway.
Darius Geis had 285 yards of rushing and 4 touchdowns. A single game rushing record at LSU.
That's awesome.
Filling in for an injured Leonard Fournette.
Hey, no pads, baby. No pads, mine center, right?
Hey, you
So
hit
much for
mine.
pads, right?
Exactly.
So look,
Boys are bouncing
hey,
around.
man, and look, I gave him the ball, and look, 54-39. Anyway, so in the locker room, man, everybody's happy and all right. So we get on the plane, and you know, when them alumni, you guys all know it, right? Them alumni hit you in the back like that, you got to be careful. They're coming right down to you. And one guy, you know, I mean, that's when they coming next, right? So look, so Derek, my director of operations, right, is sitting in front of me, and this guy goes behind me, goes, "Hey man, too bad, you made a good run at it." Know what to tell him, but I didn't. So I look in the front, and everybody's happy, and this guy that had a lot of information for me through the back door was like this. What's wrong? Something wrong. So anyway, next day we meet. We've been working on this shit. Binders. I mean, we got our whole program ready to go. And we get a call. We meet with Joe Lewan. This is my interview, right? So Derek and Austin's coming with me. And we walking right near Tiger Stadium. We get a call. Hey, Joe's about to offer y'all a job. Man, what? But we're walking there with a pepper house step. I'm sitting here. Derek's sitting here. Austin's sitting there. Joe's going to sit there. We have our binders, man. We all set. Joe comes in. He's looking like, oh, what is going on? He sits there and we say, hey, Joe, here's our He pushes the binders aside. Now, this is like 3 months of work, you know, by everybody in the office. Push them aside, guys. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm talking to Tom Herman tonight. I said, well, last night, 2 nights ago, it was Jimbo Fisher. Tom Herman's night tonight. I'll be all day tomorrow, baby. I wasn't going to let go of the rope, right? So I kicked Derek and Austin. I said, y'all got to leave. They're not in. I pulled my chair to Joe, who I love to this day. I love. And I said, Joe, now look, I'm hitting him right here, right? Joe, you know damn well in your heart, in your belly, I'm the best man for the LSU Tigers. I look forward to being the next head coach at LSU. And I walked out of it. Oh, fuck, what did I just do? Did I hit him too hard? Well, you know what I mean? Hey, I blew it. I told him. I said, Coach, I'm getting Lane Kiffin to come with me. Joe, I'm getting Lane Kiffin. He's going to leave Alabama. He's going to come here. And so I started calling. I wasn't going to let go. Right? I was going back to my home. I moved out the hotel. Mm-hmm. It was over, right? So I'm going to my home in Vanderbilt. We're having Thanksgiving dinner because we played them on Thanksgiving Day. Now, how fired up you think I am to have fucking Thanksgiving dinner? I mean, I got the red ass, man. I'm like, God, oh man, shit. So after dinner, guess who's starting to wash the dishes? Me. So I went to be the head coach at LSU. I got a pile of dishes in front of me going, what just happened? I just lost the USC job. Now I lost this job. Are you shitting me? Man. Oh.
Out there scrubbing the shit out of those dishes. You were giving those dishes out.
Breaking a couple plates.
Motherfuckers.
Hey, you're damn right.
Hey, not one person at that Thanksgiving dinner had any white turkey. That was all Coach O's.
No. And a side note, you know, I just don't get this stuff. I'm not in the house putting stuff in the dishwasher. Okay? Now, I don't want to make a bad statement here, but most people I've been around push the stuff in the dishwasher. They don't realize there's 2 steps. You got to take it out. Where's our dishes? Oh, the dishwasher. Hey, babe, 2 steps, right? We're taking forks out the dishwasher for a week. Anyway, so
you're mad as fuck. You're scrubbing the shit out of these dishes.
I'm washing the freaking cranberry sauce.
Yeah, everyone being kind of nice to you.
Yeah. So I go to bed that night, and the ticker, Tom Herman, will be the next head coach of the LSU Tigers. So my ex-wife comes to bed, and she goes, now she had premonition to him. Remember she told me God had a better plan on the plane, And now, she said, why are you looking so sad? I said, baby, just look at the TV. Tom Herman is going to be. He goes, no, he won't. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning. I swear to God, she told me that. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning. You're going to be the next head coach, LSU Tiger. How much have you drank? What's up? So I'm going to go work out.
Can't do the 2 steps in the dishes, but she can see what the fuck's going on the next day. She can see the future.
Get all the coaching professors down. Can we get the shit out of
That's fucking crazy. Can't do the dishes, but you can tell me the future.
Gojo's listening to his wife thinking, lady, you don't know what it's on the TV that he's getting out.
No, he's not. That's fucking crazy. All right.
Well, I hate to say it, most of my girlfriends didn't take the stuff out the dishwasher. I don't know why, but anyway, must be me. It just must be me. Anyway, so check this out, man. Talking about Lane Kiffin and all this stuff. So, keep our phone aside the bed. I'm going to wake up at 7:30. I'm going to work out at Franco's. Here I am without a job. So all of a sudden, it's all over TV, right? So Kiffin, he's with Sexton. He gets all the scoop, right? I get a text at 1:30. Tom Herman is leaning to go to Texas. I'm like, you gotta have us do that. He's up at 1:30. So anyway, so I get did I tell you the story? My wife said I'm gonna wake up next day and be the head coach. Okay, so I get a call 5 o'clock in the morning. It's Joe Oliva. Well, I missed the damn thing, so I called him. I said, Joe. He said, Eddie, how you doing? I said, great. He said, can you beat LSU an hour? I said, hell yeah, baby. Man, I'm now sleeping the nude dump and stuff all over. I don't even know if hey, man, I don't even know if I had to put underwear on and go in the bathroom. I'm going, baby. Look, and I'm going down. I got a Tahoe with a T-top on it, right? And man, I'm going as far as I can. I'm going to 120 down the interstate, playing Born on the Bayou, baby. Woo, woo, I'm coming, baby. And all of a sudden, I get the hammer about halfway. I said, they didn't offer me the job. I'd been screwed before. So I called somebody. I said, they want to meet me at 7:30. They said, I don't think they're going to tell you don't have the job. I think they're going to tell you got the job. So I get there, and there's a big tiger in front of the office, right? Joe's standing there. Man, I come on that son of a bitch 2-wheel. Open the door. He goes, well, you want the job or not? Man, I grabbed Joe. Bear hug him. God, yeah. He goes, put me down, you big son of a gun. Right there in front of the tiger, man.
Yeah.
Put me down. I'm squeezing him. So we go up there, and he goes, I got to tell you something, coach. He goes, man, I went to go to bed last night. He said, my stomach was killing me, man. He said, you remember when you told me you hit me right there? And you said, in your heart and your belly, I'm the best man for LSU. He said, I felt it, man. My stomach was in a knot. I said, I put that Cajun gree on your ass, boy. and away we went, man.
God damn,
hey,
what a story,
man. Hey, but you know what? About competing, I had some great people around me. About competing this time to the very end. I wasn't going to let that USC thing happen to me again. It wouldn't have been that I didn't try hard enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Held the rope the entire time.
Held the rope. I wasn't letting go of the rope.
Yeah. And also you and USC, it's like, I could see it, but like you and LSU.
Listen
the
to him just
personality.
talk.
I can't imagine you in LA doing a press conference as opposed to, go
God
Tigers.
had a better plan.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Your Tigers, right.
15-0. Now, y'all want to get to the Joe Burrow recruitment?
Well, here's what
I was going to say how you get Joey B from Ohio State.
Because you recruited Joe, Jamar, all these guys we all talked about, right?
In your first official year as the head coach, that's when you go 10-3 before you go 15-0?
No, we went, I think we went 10-3. But
pull that up real quick,
interim, What was the record?
Because I thought I saw
you. What happened?
Your third year, you won the national championship.
That's
correct?
right. Now let's see what I went. I won 2 years. I think the first year was 94. I think this next year, first year, 94. The next year we were 10-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your first year was because Geis was 16, 17 is your first.
Okay. Now, were you sweat? I know you'll have the job for a year, but 2017, 9-4 at LSU, that's not okay.
What? They wanted to hang me off the bridge in Baton Rouge. You kidding me? I lost to Troy State, Alabama.
Yeah.
They were not happy. We had a leadership committee. I had a team meeting. I told them, now, this ain't gonna cut it, man. If y'all don't want to do it my way, leave now. I go for any coach, any player, and they all stayed. And I had a good group. But we went to Florida, And word was, if we lost to Florida, I wasn't going to make the plane ride back. That's all you got to tell me now, okay? All right? Okay. Which one of you son of a bitch ain't going to let me on the plane? Yeah, all right? Okay? So, the night before, we stayed in Ocala. I thought we were going to win tomorrow night, boss. Get it in your mind. We're fixing to kick these boys' ass. We're going to win. So, Florida has a great, it was at 2:30, it was hot as hell. But you remember the year before, we had fought. Remember I told you we fought?
Yeah.
I didn't let players go out without their coaches, didn't let them fight, kept their cool. It was hot, we went back in. And that was the first time they played Tom Petty, Ain't No Easy Way Out. I freaking love that song, okay? And look, it's tied going into the fourth quarter. It's a CBS game. Everybody in the world knows I lose this game. I ain't wearing purple and gold, man. I get out on the field. I'm on the 30, the numbers, and the whole crowd is screaming, "Ain't no easy way out. Bring it, you son of a gun." And I looked out, trainer Jack, and I just looked up and said, "That's it." We knew it was nut cutting time. So anyway, I played like we kicked their ass, right? The extra point kicker, the field goal kicker, was perfect in all his career. And missed the extra point. We won 17-16, I think. Yeah. I walked on that plane like a peacock. Yeah, baby, I made the plane, boy. but look, that was the turning point right there. Mm-hmm. That was the turning point of our football team. Now, I needed a quarterback. We had spring ball. I had Jamar. I had Justin. I'll tell you the recruiting story about that. But the quarterback is the guy. You got to have him. So we have spring practice on TV. Remember now, they don't want spring ball no more because guys are poaching each other and all that. But we had it on TV. We didn't know nothing about that. So my son, Cody, is playing quarterback at McNeese State. He called me. He said, "Dad, I saw y'all scrimmage. Your quarterback suck." I said, "I know." He goes, "You better get a new quarterback." I know. And he said, "Coach, there's a guy named Joe Burrow at Ohio State that is transferring. You ought to look into him." So I walk out in the hall. The guys were grading the tape. I say, "Anybody know a guy named Joe Burrow?" And Bill Bush was on my staff. "Hey, Coach, I was there. I was there in the recruitment of Joe." He said, "Coach, we get Joe Burrow, we're going to the college football playoffs." I said, "Go get Joe Burrow." No, Joe comes on a visit. Now, Joe was going to Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Luke Fickle was the head coach there, recruited Joe. Joe's girlfriend was going to Cincinnati. Joe's daddy coached about an hour away from there.
Yeah.
So all the things that Joe needed, and they promised him he was going to be a starter. So Joe comes on a visit with his mom and daddy, great people. And the first thing he tells me, I say, "Hey, Joe, how you doing?" "Coach, I don't want to talk to you." "What?" I never know how to put it. He goes, "Coach, I know you're a great recruiter. All I want to do is talk football and eat crawfish." I'm saying to myself, man, if I didn't need a quarterback so bad, I'd put that son of a ass on a plane right now so bad. Yeah, okay, Joe. That's all I said. So the next day we had a football meeting. There's about 12 of us there. His daddy, Jerry Sullivan, guys that had been in the NFL. It took me 5 minutes to figure out. Remember what Jimmy Johnson told me? What first thing? First degree? Smart quarterback. Joe was the smartest guy in the room, including me, including all the coaches, including his mama, my mama, his daddy, and everybody. And that was okay with me. So we went through the day, and then we go to a restaurant, all right? Joe wants to eat crawfish, right? So we get there. My on-campus recruiting coordinator comes up to say, "Coach, they ain't got no crawfish." My good friend Charles Bagler, who's dead today, he said, "Coach, you got to be able to think on your feet." 10 on the ACT, right? I said, "Call my friend Boudreaux, tell him to cook some crawfish. He always got crawfish. Tell him to bring it through the kitchen, put it on the tray that says the restaurant we at, and serve it to Joe." I'll be damned. 30 minutes, what we got? Hot crawfish for Joe, right? Joe's eating crawfish, and everybody knew this up, Joe. There it is right there. Potatoes and the corn, see all the stuff, right? So anyway, in any good sales, and you guys know this by what you do here, there's always a crack in the door, right?
Right.
But you got to sense that crack. You got to seize it. If the crack's not there, wait, there's going to be a crack in the door. And, man, I went up to him, and here's his answer. I said, Joe, I want to talk to you. He went, yes, sir. I knew it. So I took him outside. This might have been the most important talk I ever had in all my life. We're in the parking lot, okay? And the gravel's, road, people, the dust is coming.
What restaurant is this?
Mike Anderson's restaurant.
Anderson's restaurant.
One of the places we always went to.
Okay.
And I said, Joe, if you tell anybody about this conversation, it never happened. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I said, Joe, I don't get you, they're going to fire me. I get you, we're going to win the national championship. That's how important you are to me. Okay, there you go, right there. And we're in the parking lot.
So you're in that parking lot. You're telling
to the left. Oh yeah, to the left. Oh yeah.
And so you're telling this kid, if you don't come here, I will not have a job.
But if you do,
we were going to win it all.
we'll win it all. Now, there's 3 quarterbacks ahead of you. I'm going to put you on the 4th team, and you're going to earn your way in front of the football team. But Joe, I know these quarterbacks. They're good, but they're not as good as you. I ain't seen a damn lick of film on the son of a gun. You hear me? I was just going on what I heard, right? Okay. And I saw in that meeting, right? You know what I mean? Hey, you gotta take a shot, baby. You gotta take a shot, baby. Hey, you know, what was that? Eminem. Got one shot, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, is that a great song? Huh? Sweating, huh? Spaghetti, throw up all over the place. You got heartbeat, you forget the word, huh? You got one fucking shot, you gotta take that song, baby. Right? Whoa! Man, I can hear that song, man, get fired up, boy. That was me out there, huh? So I said, listen.
Outside of a restaurant, you guys playing Lose Yourself by Eminem. Just like, I got to get this fucking 20-year-old. If I don't get this 20-year-old, I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm done.
So what's his facial expression? What's his response when you say, I don't get you, I'm getting fired?
You could tell when you tell somebody, it's like an aha moment. I saw that look in his eye. I know that look. I hit home right now. I said, now, you're going to come earn your way, but I know you're better than them. Now, Joe, by the way, I have 2 pretty good receivers. One's name is Jamar Chase, and one's name is Justin Jefferson. You don't know about them yet, but you're going to love them. He looked at me and said, okay, coach. So, the next day we have a recruiting meeting. You guys been there. Sunday's a business day to me now. Sunday is, you're nice, then let's go. Rubber hits the road today. Where we at? So we have a little deal, just Joe and his parents and all of the coaches. And Joe goes, well, I'm going home, and I'm not going to talk to anybody till Thursday. Now, you think my ass is going to wait till Thursday?
No.
No way, right? So they leave. So we have a little vote. all the coaches, why we have fun with them. Where's Joe going? Cincinnati. My ass is going to Cincinnati. We're going to find a way, boys. Well, coach, he's not talking to anybody. I don't want to hear that. So, on this trip, I made good friends with his brother, Dan. Now, Dan is very talkative. Joe is not. We laugh, we joke, everything. So I said, Derek, call Dan. I'll call him on Monday morning. You guys have heard the story, right? You guys have heard this so many times. Dan, where you think Joe ought to go? Well, coach, it's his decision. Dan, shut the F up. Dan, nothing wrong with Cincinnati. Dan, Cincinnati or LSU? Dan, he's going to win the Heisman here. He's going to win. He's going to be a first-round draft. We're going to win it. I know, coach. But it's his. I said, bullshit, Dan. I said, Dan, do you love your brother? He goes, yes, I do. I said, how much? A bunch. I said, Dan, take your hands and put it down your pants, son. I said, squeeze them damn things. Make sure you got 2. He said, coach, I'm squeezing. Squeeze harder. I'm squeezing. Now, Dan, if you got 2, you going to call your brother and you going to tell him to come to LSU. So he was my third-party call the whole week, right? We tell this story all the time. It's a true story. I mean, I think he actually was squeezing them, right? Hey, you got to find out you got 2, right?
Yeah.
Let's go, babe. So he called Joe every day without Joe knowing we're talking to them. Now, Joe says at the end that wasn't the deciding factor, but at least I felt good enough that my ass wasn't waiting till Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So out the blue, I had a call. Joe Burrow. This is all or nothing, right, guys? all or nothing, right? Yo, been in business deals that help y'all get over the top. He goes, Coach, I want to be a Tiger. What? Yes, baby. Here we go, man. Here we go. And look, so we get going, right? So Joe comes with Tommy Moffitt in the summer, the first day. Now, I got 3 quarterbacks ahead of him, and these quarterbacks, they got the locker room. You know how they got. They got these guys convinced.
Joe's an outsider.
They got these guys convinced that they're the guy. I knew in my heart that this was not beneficial for us to win a championship that he was, because of the type of quarterback he was. So Joe gets out there, we're running 110s. He wins every one of them. It ain't even close. After that, Foster Morrow, who
we know Foster, friend of the show.
Foster hosted Joe on his recruiting. Him and Foster went through a pass together, and the whole team was with, rightfully so, without a quarterback throwing pass. Joe, that summer, I wasn't there every day, but every day he wasn't even close. He was not going to lose a 110. He was not going to lose anything. You saw the competitive desire. The other guys were trying. They couldn't. And before you know it, he won the locker room. Before you know it, the whole team was thrown together at the end, and there was no animosity towards Joe. So we get into 2 days, right? Now, I'm training 4 quarterbacks, right? Now, we open up with the University of Miami in Jerry World at Dallas. So we get about 2 weeks, and we say, look, man, we got to cut it. We got 2 guys. We can train. I had the coaches grade every drill, all right? Joe won every drill. Joe was going to win every drill. But when we told all the coaches, we told our quarterbacks that we need to start training too, and that Joe and Miles was going to be the first 2 quarterbacks. Oh, hell broke loose. One guy transferred. The next guy didn't come to practice. And, man, it was a dark cloud. The players didn't want to practice. It was bad. So the next day we had to have a player leadership committee, all right? And those were all guys that I had recruited. And they say, Coach, you're wrong. Joe's not the starting quarterback. He's not the best quarterback. This guy is. Obviously, the guy they believe. And he was a good quarterback. He did some good things. So I finally had to put the grades down. I went around. I looked at every one of them. I said, I recruited you, right? I went to your house, right? I said, I'm going to treat you like my son, right? Have I done that? Yes, sir, you have. I said, you think I'd do anything a little bit sterner voice to hurt you? Or to hurt this football team? It's my job to make the decision. It's your job to play. I know Joe Burrow will win us to the championship. Okay? You got to believe me. You know what they said? Coach, you're right. We think the other guy be a quarterback, but we're going to trust you, Coach. And they went in there and they told the team that we trust Coach's decision and we're going to follow you. And bam, and away we went. That might have been, but the meeting in the parking lot and the meeting with the leadership committee, and they the ones that the leadership committee took it to the team and said, hey, we're going to back up Joe and we're going. And that's how it all happened.
Did anything come about when his first game he goes 11 for 24 and only throws for 140?
You know what? Be honest, and he'll tell you this. Joe got better. Now, Joe hadn't played in 3 years, okay? Joe got better. And thank God, think about this. He graduated in 3 years, all-state basketball player, all-state football player. Mother was a principal. Daddy was a coach. Great character, great, all that. But he hadn't played in 3 years. So he graduated in 3 years. Thank God we had him for 2. His first year, now he got better as it went on. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the spread, and he started to go. But he got better. Give it to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best of all time. But I'm wondering if you had that leadership meeting to where you're like, this is the guy we're going with. Everybody's against it. You have the first game against Miami. He only throws for 140. And surprise, some of the guys are like, look, we're trying
this
to tell
motherfucker.
you.
They were, but you know what? He audible to a play on 4th down that helped us win the game. And they knew it. And it was on. It was kind of like, but everybody saw it. But later on, we beat Georgia. Now, Georgia was ranked number 2 in the country that year. And we went for 4-1 5 times, and we beat the dog out of Georgia that year. And that was Joe's major first major win at LSU.
Yeah.
Coming out party.
That was a 10-3 year, correct?
Yes.
10-3 year.
Let me say something about that 10-3 year. We're playing UCF. They're undefeated. They're very good. And we're getting beat 14-0. It's an 11 o'clock game. We ain't awake. It was like, and they're pumped to play the Tigers, right? And all of a sudden, Joe throws an interception, and this guy blindsides him and targets him. Okay? And Joe's on all four. I don't know if the guy that hit him, look at it, right there. The guy spit on him. That guy right there is from New Orleans and spit on Joe. Okay? The team saw it. I said, Miles, get ready. Joe stood up. F that! I ain't coming out! We commenced to kicking these boys' ass, and Joe ain't never lost another game in LSU before. That moment right there made Joe Burrow right there. He wasn't coming out. You know what I mean? He wasn't coming out. We commenced to kicking their ass. That was his moment right there.
God damn.
That's
That
cool.
kind of
That was his
juiced me
moment.
up hearing
Yeah.
that.
That was his moment where the team finally said, you know what? Here's our guy.
Yeah.
Here's our guy.
His senior day, when he jogs out of the tunnel and his last name is spelled EAUX, how bad? First off, like understanding your crowd, your fan base, changing it like that, like it's very impressive. And it's one of those things where like everybody's an LSU fan in that moment watching that happen. What did he talk to you about that before? Or did you kind of get surprised by it?
He asked Derek.
Uh-huh.
Well, here's what happened. You know, we're going so well. I gave him the keys. I said, Joe, you're the leader. You tell me what y'all want. I wasn't no pussy or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But on little things while I was on the side of what should we do, not do, go to the movie, not go to the movie, I let Joe decide. And he went to Derek, said, I asked Coach Joe if I could put EAUX. He was his own thoughts. That goes to show you the showmanship that he has. You know, a lot of great players, great coaches can compartmentalize. I'm sure you guys can do that. You can put one thing in your mind, focus on it. If you have to change, go to there and come back. He did it with the best of them. They went crazy. You talk about capture the state of Louisiana, and I think we beat Texas A&M 50-0 that night.
Did you really? Beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I mean 15-0, bro.
EAUX is such a badass move. That's so fucking badass.
Almost as good as the cigar.
Yeah. He kind of started that too, right?
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. What do you guys still keep up with each other?
If I text Joe, he'll text back in a minute.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not going to call those guys and mess with them. All right, Jamar Chase. All right. Jamar Chase is committed to, back then, a couple of different commits, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of my favorite moments right there. You know, I told him I'll take it easy on that cigar board next day at the press conference. Look at, I told my ex-wife then, I said, that right there is going to be a moment caught in time, and it sure was. But anyway, Jamar Chase was committed, but this time he was committed to Florida. But he came to camp. His daddy was there, and his mama, Miss Talia, was there, who I love. Okay, Mickey Joseph was recruiting, who I love, great recruiter. But the staff before, and Jamar's big, I can see it, but I wouldn't have done it, told Jamar he had to play cornerback. Can you imagine? You know what the mom said? No. No, we ain't happening. We ain't going to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
So he runs a slug goal, slant and go against one of our best players, our best recruits. Almost break his ankle, cornerback. And I looked at his daddy and I said, over my dead body, Jamar Chase is going to Florida. He said, Coach, you got to get the mama. So we worked hard, Mickey worked hard. Anyway, we end up getting Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Justin Jefferson comes to camp. Does the same thing. We got best players against best
He's a
players.
2-star recruit, right? Like
Two-star recruit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. 160 pounds soaking wet. But both of his brothers played at LSU, okay? So he does a good job in camp, man. We said, wait a minute now. This boy's in the state of Louisiana. See, I used to tell our guys, trust your own evaluation. Don't give me this, well, Alabama offered him, we got off of bullshit. That stuff will get you fired. Let's trust our own evaluation. So I go down to his school, meet his coach. We've been knowing each other for a long time. My nickname Bebe. I said, Coach, we're going to offer Justin a scholarship. He goes, Bebe, y'all feel good about him, huh? You can play at LSU, huh? I said, Coach, he did some real good things for us. He goes, I don't know if he's going to be eligible for signing day, but he can do some work, and maybe we can get him for the summer. I said, who else is offering? They Nickel State. And they played in a run offense and stuff like that, so they couldn't see nothing. So he got out. I got eligible in July. Justin Jefferson.
Golly. And then just seeing that machine come alive during that 15-0 run. Like, that type of talent, bro.
Dude, I mean, arguably the best offense to ever step on the field.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, Steve Ensminger, one of my best friends, a general. We won 80% of our games with Steve. Okay? Great guy. Love him. He's like John Wayne, man. He's a good guy. He handles shit in the office that needed to be handled. But we didn't score any points against Alabama. 2017. So in 2018, we were studying the RPOs. So we brought a young guy named Joe Brady, who was an intern at the Saints, but had been at Penn State with the guy, I forget his name. He was at Mississippi State, the head coach. But they were good at RPOs, run pass option. So Joe comes gives our staff a lecture on run pass options. Again, 10 on the SET, right, boss? Situational awareness, baby. Huh? Do you understand what I'm saying? It took me 5 minutes to realize, whoa, this guy's special. So I told Steve, after we played Alabama, I said, Steve, see, when you at LSU, you got to, how you going to beat Alabama? You ain't going to tell everybody that day, but how you going to match them, man? They were so dominant. I thought we had to get bigger, faster. It wasn't that. We needed to spread the ball out, and we need to get a quarterback. I got him. Now we need to learn the spread offense. He knew it. I said, Steve, if I hire Joe, will you let him teach us the spread? He goes, hell yeah. Now, I just asked him right after we didn't score a damn point against Alabama. So that was a teachable moment for all of us, right? They were kind of humble. And we brought Joe in. Steve and Joe were wonderful. We went to the spread. We went to the lookovers. And we looked at the sideline. If Joe Brady caught you in the defense and he told Joe Burrow what to do with those two cats we had,
right,
we burned so many people by athletic ability, great quarterback, great players, and we had a great offensive line and great coaches. It all came together.
Yeah. When did Joe Brady leave for Buffalo?
We win the national championship, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't partake. I don't go out no more. You know, I've been sober for almost 26 years now. Thank God. If I wasn't, the whole world would know. I promise y'all. So everybody went out Bourbon Street, right?
On that.
So I had a press conference the next day. So I go to the press conference, and then I get on the bus. Somebody goes, Joe Brady's going to the NFL. I'm like, can I just enjoy this stuff for one day? The next day he was gone.
No shit.
The next day he was gone. Yep.
Damn.
Man. That's the game.
That is the game. Like, you have success, they're going to take your assistant coaches away from you.
That's right.
Yeah. And then you can't hard to fill shoes like Joe Brady after that. Man, what a story. Just being able to sit here and take all that in. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, you were at USC in 04, correct?
Say it again.
You were at USC in 04?
Yeah.
National champ. Back 2003, 2004.
You take 2004 USC versus 2019 LSU. They both step on the gridiron for the national championship. Who wins that game?
Let me say something that year. We had 55 sacks at USC, called the Wild Bunch, and we gave up 1.8 yards a carry. We led the nation in turnover ratio. But I will say this to you. I'll tell you guys the game plan. You need to write this down. You boys are going to be coaches. 2019 game plan. Y'all ready? If the bus left at 2:30, I'm going to ask you a question. I got on the bus, and I made sure damn Joe Burrow was on the bus. You hear me? If he wasn't on the bus driver, you ain't leaving, man. We got to the stadium. I said, hey, Joe, throw the ball to Jamar. If he ain't open, throw it to Justin. Ready, break. And I became a fan because I knew nobody could stop us. We scored 50 points a game. As much as I like that USC team, we were in the pro-style offense. We wasn't in the spread. And we could get ahead of them. And I do believe, and Miami had a great team too, but I do believe because of the spread, because of Joe Burrow, we could outscore anybody.
So you got the
You got the
2019
Tigers.
LSU Tigers over that USC
Tigers.
team.
You know he's got to be a little biased too because he was the head coach of the
But still,
Tigers.
defensively, he's got to think in his mind too that Joe Burrow's going to shred his defense. Ray
Yeah.
Maluga, Brian Cushing, Clay Matthews,
The Wild Bunch.
Taylor Mays.
The Wild Bunch. But
Look at them. But look at them.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it right there, boys. Make sure they're on the bus.
Make sure.
Hey, look at the NFL. They still can't stop those two.
yeah.
Think about it now.
No,
and
you're right.
how about Justin Jefferson, a two-star, like you mentioned, was the NFL offensive MVP.
He's incredible.
What was it like with Ray Maluga and Brian Cushing?
I was there with them when they were young, not in their heyday.
Okay.
But hey, I know them.
That's true. 04. They're in their heyday.
Yeah,
Like
I know
08.
them and I love them. But we had a guy named Loafers the Tupu who was pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we had some good defenses. We had really good defenses in the peak.
I love it. Is there anything that the boys in the back want to ask Jack about Tennessee? Any questions at all?
Sherm's got one.
Coach, I'm an alumnus of Baylor. There's been a lot of talk about Dave Aranda and his
Yeah.
future at the school.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on just Dave Aranda, what he's going through with Baylor? Do you think he can turn it around?
You know, first of all, I'm a big fan of Dave's because he was a great coach for me. You know what I mean? He gave a lot to LSU. I do believe, just like me now, okay, no different. He's a better defensive mind than I am, a lot more cerebral than I am. I doubt if he only made a 10 on his ACT, okay? You know what I'm saying? But, just like myself, I had to get great players and great coaches. I don't think he's hit that mark yet on a overall basis. He might have had it in spots here and there. I think in order for Dave to be a great head coach, he has to be surrounded by great assistants and great players. What he can do now next year, I surely hope so, because he's a great person.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
What was it like for you in the fall at LSU?
Say again?
Going 15-0 and then kind of the dissension going down
was tough.
at LSU.
It was tough. God, it was tough. It was tough. But look, you know, we hired Bo. Bo had the number one defenses in the world. It just didn't work.
That was during that COVID
COVID
year,
year.
too. And I knew, too, like when he went back to LSU, obviously he had a ton of success,
Yeah.
both in Nebraska, but even before
Yeah.
that when he was
Yeah.
the defensive
Right.
coordinator for Les Miles
Yeah.
at LSU.
I thought he'd
But just
take off
knowing
on
it,
fire.
knowing that it was during that COVID year,
Yeah.
and we were training over at Vanderbilt at the time, like when we were
Yeah.
playing for Tennessee,
Yeah.
and the way the strength coach that we worked with would talk
Mm-hmm.
about all the rules and guys not showing up, X, Y, and Z. I'm thinking, man, the even double brackets, the way the
Yeah.
tendency-oriented stuff that Bo
Thank you.
uses, that's going to be very hard for guys to execute if they're not like learning in the
You know
system throughout the offseason.
Good, because you've been through it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how complicated it is. But Bo is very intelligent. Now, it just didn't get away. You know, Mike Leach started running crossing routes and stuff like that. We were busting. It wasn't Bo's fault now. It just didn't work out.
Right. You
Okay.
had to be so detailed
Yeah.
in that system because there was ways to beat it, but if guys knew kind
Yeah.
of tendencies, formationally,
Right.
condensed
That's right.
formations,
That's right.
bunches, guys like inverted alignments, like you had to kind of know everything going on
Mm-hmm.
for it to be successful.
Yeah.
I'm curious too, what was it like on the sideline with Coach Bo? Because you talk
was
about
good
you,
to me.
you talk about you being a hothead, like knowing Coach Bo.
Yeah, let me tell you something. As far as my relationship with Coach Pelini, he let me be the head coach, and he was good. I mean, he was really good. Now, he blew up a couple of times, but he let me handle that. But he was not abrasive or bad at any way.
Yeah,
He was actually pretty damn good.
that's awesome to hear. Because Coach Bo would blow up at times, and then the next day not even know what you're talking about. And you're just thinking, what do you just black out in these moments? You don't remember. Well, you don't remember what you were saying to me. You don't remember putting your hands on me, maybe like pat me on the head,
And love you.
laugh, and then I'm thinking,
Look,
what
yeah.
this
That's
dude
right.
is a psycho.
That's right.
But he did. He cared about his players.
Yes, he did.
What was your thought process when you were on your way out and they announced Brian Kelly as a head coach at LSU? Because to me, I think of LSU as obviously an incredible job to have, but it takes a unique personality
Yeah.
to handle
Yeah.
that school, that
Yeah.
location, that state.
Yeah.
And Brian Kelly didn't
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
the personality to handle that. Were you like, what was your thought process?
First of all, you know, I knew we made a mutual decision. They fired me. We made a mutual we made a mutual decision.
They fired me.
Yeah, I mean, after the 4th or 5th game or something like that, and so I was good with it. But I wanted to coach this team to the end, and I'm not leaving this team. And we did, and we played pretty good. We almost beat Alabama also, but at the end we beat Texas A&M at the end. I was ready to go because it was enough, And then they went through a little search right there, and when they named him, he was a big time hire and stuff like that. But I wondered how well he would relate, like you said. Louisiana's a different place, man. People think different. Players are raised different. People are raised different in the South. You got to be a personable person. You got to go in there and love them. It ain't so much about the X's and the O's and stuff. Again, by getting them to play and, taking care of them and making sure they understand that. He didn't do that. Mm-hmm. He didn't have to do that at Notre Dame.
Right.
Or if he did it, I don't know. But when he came out and said family and like that, it just wasn't a good fit.
Yeah.
Is he a great coach? Yes, he is.
He did it at Notre Dame for a long time.
That's right.
He was great.
Right. A lot of respect for him. But
He did it at
Cincinnati it's a different
before
place.
that?
I believe so, but
Yeah, Cincinnati before that, Notre Dame, yeah.
Well,
I was curious, too, how it would happen.
Jack, you got something?
I'm just curious to know, what does a perfect day look like for Coach O? Doesn't have to involve football. I would assume it would, but from when you wake up to go to bed, what is a perfect day for
You
Coach O?
talking about today?
Just what is your
I'm working,
perfect
I'm not
day?
working?
What is your perfect day?
All right, first of all, I married a beautiful woman that's 21 years younger than me. All right, y'all saw a picture on the internet. I got lucky. But I still can recruit. There she is right there, okay? Brandy Nicole, that's my girl. I love her to death. You see that rock on her hand, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I tell her? I said, baby, you're pretty. You're pretty expensive. She's the love of my life, man. That girl has warmed my heart. She's wonderful. And we spent some great years together. So what my day is, I wake up in the morning at 5. Now, she's still sleeping. And I look at that beautiful thing on the side of me and say, you're a lucky man. So I get up and I say my prayers. Now, I'm involved in Alcoholics Anonymous. I have a little reading I do every day. And then at South Beach, I'd go to a meeting every day from 7 to 8. Met some good friends there. And then I'd go to South Beach. Now, listen to this. You guys will like this. I've been doing some deadlifts. I go to Muscle Beach, and I started doing some deadlifts so I get my legs back. Deadlifts and squats. Now, obviously, there's some good sites there that can motivate you. You know what I mean? And so I go work out. I go lift on Muscle Beach. I just got my shorts on, feet in the sand. Then after that, me and Brandy Nicole go. We walk this way, then we run, and then we walk the steps, and we do everything. We don't get back home till about 3:30. And then we go to the pool, do what we need to do, eat supper, and get up the next day and do it again. That's a typical day of Coach O.
All right. I love that you are.
Well done. Well done.
There it
Getting
is.
some work done right there.
There it is. Now look, and you know what pisses me off about that? See, I call that a jog, right? And people will pass me by and say, great day for a walk, ain't it, Coach? God, I'm jogging, boy.
You had to check one.
Yeah, there was one
One old
dude
boy.
Okay.
came up. What was it, Bama?
Yeah, was
Yeah,
it roll
yeah.
tide?
And if I could tell anything from this conversation, you like a lot of schools, you do not fuck with Bama.
Well, here's the deal, okay? When I was 6 years old, 8 to 10, I met Coach Charlie McClendon. He came up to me. He goes, hello. He's the head coach of LSU Tigers. I saw the man on TV. Hello, young man. My name is Charles McClendon. I'm the head coach of the LSU Fighting Tigers. I thought I was talking to God. I swear. I saw the man on TV. But the man was so nice to me, shook my hand. Now, we couldn't take a picture back then. Nobody had pictures on their phone. And look, we couldn't afford a camera. That wasn't going to happen. That was for the TV man, that camera. You know what I mean? But he became my favorite coach. Mm-hmm. But I knew the power of being the head coach at LSU, what it did for a young boy. So ever since then, anybody asks me to take a picture, I'll take a picture. You're someone I walk in, right? How you doing? I ask them their name. Because it's not me, it's the position. Now, so when I'm jogging, you see my little jog, right? It's not like it's warp speed where I can't stop, right? And somebody, hey, Coach, you take a picture? Yeah. Well, that situation there, the guy was a good guy. And then I started going away. And he says those 2 words that I don't like, So I called and, like you said, checked him, you know what I mean? And all I wanted to do is teach him respect. Look, man, I'm on my jog. I'll stop. I'm going to take a picture with you. I'm running away, and you're going to say, and he was very apologetic. He was very good. 99% of the people are fantastic. Hey, by the way, y'all see that picture? You boys come find me when you're 64. Will you?
I talked to him about being respectful. All he said was roll tide. God, did you want to be respectful out here, Like he just said. He wasn't like, fuck you, coach. He was like, all right, coach, roll tide. What the fuck? Come here now. Let me talk to you for a second.
School spirit from a rival.
Yeah.
Hey, roll tight. No.
Yeah.
Let me teach you about respect.
The older guys always kind of grab your form. Come here, let me teach you something real quick.
You're right. I did say fuck you, nothing. Hey, roll tight. No.
I teach you about respect. That is hilarious.
Should we ask him the Bud Light question?
Go ahead.
Coach O, you know how everybody would do anything for an ice cold Bud Light. What is something that Coach O would do anything for?
Crazy to ask with the AA stuff, but all right. He's like, I'm involved with Alcoholics Anonymous. Anyone would do anything for a Bud Light. However, what do you want?
Want to do anything for Bud Light or would I do anything for?
Anything,
what would you, anything
what
for?
would you do anything
Cannot say family.
Okay, good. All right, good. A big bowl of chicken and sausage gumbo with some filet gumbo with it. And you see, in Louisiana, we take the potato salad and we put it in the gumbo. Now that I'd fight a bear for.
That's the best answer we've ever had.
Hey, yo, baby, look at that thing. See the potato salad?
Yeah.
Boy, you got to quickly go, man. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you eat, no, I ain't going to say, I can't say that. That's all right.
This has been incredible.
Coach, we cannot
exceeded
thank you
all
enough.
expectations.
For real. Because we've been trying to get you on forever. How long has it been, Clump? A while.
Long time.
Get you up here, hang out,
Yeah.
talk some stories a little bit. We first started, you're kind of like, hey, yep, this. And then once you just started ripping stories, man,
Yeah.
it's like sit back and just enjoy this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out Coach Eck. When we were
What's
out
up,
there.
Coach Eck? How we doing, man?
Yeah.
You my man. I love you to death, boy. Every once in a while, I'll send him a little text. Now, hey, Coach Eck, that 3 technique got to play a little bit better now. Them linebackers ain't fitting right. I know, Coach. But he's phenomenal. What a great man.
He is. We were sitting in his office, and for whatever reason, Coach O comes up. He said, I'm going to call him. Let me call him. Or you might have called him. I can't even remember. But you go on speaker and you're talking with me, Jack, and JP. Can't even see our faces, and he's talking to us like he's been on the bus the entire time. Like we've just been like he recruited us, like we know him and everything else. We're like, Coach O, you got to come on Bussin' with the Boys. I think you were riding in the car with your wife, and she knew about Bussin' with the Boys.
Oh no,
He's
shit.
like, I got to come on here now.
Yeah.
She lives in Nashville. She lives in Nolensville.
Yeah.
She has a home down there. She knows all about you guys.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. I love that.
And Coach Jack right there. Look at him.
There you look at him.
That's
wow,
him?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits. That place.
Special
I mean,
teams
he's
coordinator.
going. That's as close as it gets, right? Fellas, we thinking, right?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Eck, you got. You're getting canceled with this photo coming out.
Well, you can see why he and I got along. Just by that picture. I mean, you know where you go? Oh, man.
Coach, we can't thank you enough, man. Give a round of applause for Coach O.
Thank y'all, man. Thank you guys, man.
Appreciate you guys. Subscribe, rate 5 stars. Big hugs, tiny kisses. Thank you.